evening, everybody. Welcome to Stocks and Stuff. It is Monday, May the 4th be with you. It is Monday night right here. And let's see how the market reacted today. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. How are you guys? Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. We did have our carnival in town. I forgot all about that. And we did go over there for a little bit. Went on some rides. Holy cow. You want to talk about expensive, guys? So real quick, let's just go through this real fast. So a cup of ice cream was $7. That was crazy. But not only that, there are things only going to go on from like Monday to Thursday, because last year, I think I had said it, I was talking about last year. I remember there was a huge brawl that went down and they broke a bunch of windows at the stores and stuff. So now they're not even going to have it Friday and Saturday. So they still charge $50 for 4 days for the unlimited, for the wristband thing to get on all the rides. Crazy. I mean, it was insane. So anyway, there you go. And that was the carnival that's in town. The Flyers are up 2-1. They came jumping out to a 2-0 lead and 2-0 lead. And then the Carolina Carolina Hurricanes, Panthers. That would be crazy if they were playing the Panthers, huh? I think the Flyers probably win on ice skates, that's for sure. But the Hurricanes, they came back and scored a goal. And now it's the second period with 17-14 left. So we'll do the third period as usual. And we'll go through the market and see what's going on after today's crazy day. And your oil, what did I say, guys? It was looking pretty good. Look at that Oxy right there. It is looking pretty good. USO jumping up right there, looking pretty good. I was saying that. And ONDS right here is pulling back. What about your gold right here? Look at that thing. Remember what I was saying? It didn't look good. Silver's still pulling back a little. Looks better than gold, but not perfect right there. And your Bitcoin not looking bad. It's been teetering around 80,000. It's right under 80,000 right now in the 79s. There you go, as you can see. But it's not looking too bad right here, I would say. And it's just at nighttime it gets that little pullback look on it, and then in the daytime it generally runs up. So we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow morning. But yeah, it just has a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy going on right there. Ripple looks like it could pull back though. And let's see Solana right there. Solana looks like it could also. So we'll see what's going on with this crypto. I mean, Ethereum, that could crawl right up there with no problem. So we'll be keeping an eye on them as well, like I said. And let's cruise right through and see what else is going on. ASTS was dipping down there today. That's pulling back there. And what about UMAC coming down as well? And like we said, some of these space ones and these guys, they could be pulling back here. Lunar was down a little bit. It's sitting right around the 20, but it looks like it could have a little more pullback. And Redwire right there was down as well. And that looks like it could get set up. Let's watch for a bounce play off of that trend line right there. Rocket Lab was up right there. Look at that thing trying to bounce off of that 20. So we'll keep an eye on Rocket Lab tomorrow. MOB, remember I was saying it could continue to go up there. It bounced off that trend line, and it hasn't been looking too bad right there. Laser wasn't looking bad before, dipping down, but looks like it's trying to bounce back up in the after hours. We'd have to look at that in the morning. Galaxy was up today. Bitcoin running, things are looking pretty decent for that. This DXYZ was way up there. Look at that thing. SATS was down today. Look at that, dipping back down. So DXYZ seems to be the better one at the moment. And your critical metals right here was jumping around as well. That was running up over that trend line right there, and then did have a little bit of pullback, but it was looking pretty good this morning, that's for sure. So let's continue to cruise right through and see what the other metal ones are looking like. USAR back a little bit right there after it ran up, and UAMY was running up a little bit, and that also pulled back, it looks like. MP was looking good this morning, and that also ran up in a little bit of healthy pullback. I don't think they really look bad. They did run up and just pull back right there. That looks like a penalty right there. Oh, that puck's still loose. Oh, the Carolina almost had a good chance to score. Looks like they're going on a power play anyway. Philadelphia's on a power play with 17 seconds, and now Carolina's going on a power play. He got tripped up right there. I do not think it's going to be a penalty shot. He wasn't on a breakaway or anything, but penalty right there in front of the goal, and the puck was sitting right there. So Carolina had a chance to try to put it in there. And there you are with a update, and there is like 15 minutes left in the second period. Flyers are up 2-1, and 4 U's right here, just kind of flat hopping around. Them 3 U's, remember I was saying last night, that's looking good. Keep an eye on this thing right here, guys. This thing is looking pretty good right there, I must say. So keep an eye on that one, and that is your 3 U's. ASPI right here, that was just kind of hanging out. That looks like it's getting set up. Check that out for tomorrow. ASPI looking pretty decent, I must say. So we'll be watching that one in the morning. Burner right here was pulling back a little bit. Might have a little more pullback. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. And nuclear NKLR right there. And it's called what? Terra Innovitum. I don't even know what that's called. I always call it nuclear because of NKLR. That's what I always call it. But anyway, it's just kind of pulling back a little bit right there. We'll see what it wants to do. It says it was going up in the after hours, but we'll have to see exactly what that wants to do there. Oklo is pulling back. Remember, we were looking at that Oklo short or put the other day, the one that was going down the ETF, and it did look pretty set up there, and then it did run, but you could assume it would pull back. SMR does not look bad, though, so they're kind of all over the place, to be honest with you. What's NNE up to right here? A little bit of pullback. That doesn't look too bad either right there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And NNE and SMR tomorrow, see what they're up to right there. They're not looking so bad. EOSE right here was pulling back today. And that's dipping down right there. Gush, that's up, obviously, with your oil and gas. And look at them cruising along right there. And what about your natural gas is Boyle, and that was looking good, and it's in that channel, and that's running up right there. So there you go with your Boyle and Gush. UNH, look at that bad boy trying to run back up into the top. Interesting right there for the healthcare. MOH was up as well. Has a little bit of resistance above it. Could hit that Oscar right there, tapping off of that support line and try to jump up a little bit more. So they're all interesting. RGTI right here was looking pretty decent today. You can keep an eye on that. And some of these guys were looking pretty good. That's not what I was trying to type in, but we'll look at D-Wave right here since it came up. And D-Wave, QBTS, that was looking pretty decent right there. QBT was looking pretty decent right there as well. And QMCO, I think that was it was down at one point. It was just hopping around, nothing crazy. The Defiance ETF, that was Defiance Quantum ETF, that was up a little bit right there. QSI, not so bad right there. Either is QuantumScape, to be honest with you. A little bit of pullback possibly, but not looking terrible. IONQ right there was down. And let's see, that's in an interesting spot as well. And then, of course, RCAT's been pulling back, and your triple D's right here is pulling back a little bit. So there you go with some of them quantum and computer hardware ones. And some are setting up, not all of them, I would say. AMPX going into their earnings, aren't they? Didn't they have them? Don't they have them tomorrow? Oh, no, in 2 days. On Thursday, it looks like. The 7th, whatever day that is. Yeah, Thursday. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo on a Tuesday. So Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, and a whole lot of earnings coming out. So that's going to be the exciting thing. And it looks like Carolina, wow, they were so close to scoring on that power play right there. Wow, that puck was real close. They kept it in. I don't know. I guess they said they got it out, and it's going to be a offsides, it looks like. But wow, goaltender strong right there for Philadelphia. That puck, I think they're looking at a replay. That thing looked like it was almost going in. I don't know. I'd have to see the replay, too. I just happened to look real fast. Let's see. Wow, what a shot. Oh, what a save by the defenseman. Holy cow. Who is that? Number 6. Got his puck. The puck went through the 5-hole. Number 6 on the Flyers gets the stick back there in the blue line, like right before it crosses the goal line, and gets the puck out. Wow, what a save. That could be huge right there. Number 6, what a play. And AMPX, like I said, dipping down a little bit right there. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow as it's going towards its earnings. And let's see what Starbucks was up to right here. That was pulling back. Coffee wasn't looking so bad. We'll look at our futures in a few minutes. UCO right here was going up. Remember, we were looking at these things. That SCO, it did have an odd look yesterday. It did pull back. Remember, I was like, what the heck is going on? It was under that trend line. Look at that big dip. It's going into the basement. It looks like oil is going to run up some more, guys. So that's what it looks like at the moment. And let me see what Chipotle is doing. These Carolina is like knocking on the doorstep right here. Wow, what a shot. The Flyers goalie standing up strong right there. And it looks like the power play's over. The Flyers need to get the puck out of their zone. and we'll see if they can do it because Carolina is the Carolina just dumped it out of their zone on accident. He went to pass it back to the point, he missed it, and it cleared back all the way to their zone. So Flyers can probably get some fresh legs on there. And I'll do play-by-play at the end of the show, probably for the third period, because we're in the second period with 12 minutes, and we're going to roll right through the list. Luis Rodriguez didn't really have a list because he was working late. Laptop Travel's traveling, and I was at the carnival. So a busy day for everybody, it looks like. And it was just Laptop Travel's birthday the other day. We had mentioned that. But Chipotle right there is pulling back. And let's see what our Cracker Barrel pulling back right there. Look at that bad boy. That's dipping down. Now this thing's getting, I mean, this setup is so crazy right here. We're still going to lay it right there where I was saying. And it's been jumping around like crazy. I mean, holy cow, but look at this. Right to the second to third week of May, this thing could get set up for Cracker Barrel, and we'll be looking at it. We've been saying it for a little while, and now we're getting down to the timeline here. So let's see if it really wants to do something at that point. We'll let it bounce around, pull back, and then we'll look at it plug right there. Looks like it could plug up a little bit higher again. Not looking so bad right there. And I don't know if you guys caught the small cap show. That was a good small cap show today. We were on there at 1 p.m. on the Wolf channel. QuantumScape right here, a little bit of pullback we just mentioned. And what about Rocket pulling back, Zach? I didn't like that look for you today. They're going into earnings on Thursday as well. And it does look like it could pull back a little bit more. So we'll have to see. And obviously down here at 1292 would be your bottom right there. You can see that trend line all the way down, but you don't really want it to get down that far. That's for sure. So we'll be seeing LDI down a little bit. Home Depot and Lowe's took a huge dip today. I did see them. And I figured that was not probably good for Rocket right there. And I did see it down, but yeah, look at Lowe's and Home Depot. They're probably coming down to them trend lines right there. Let's see real quick over here on our futures. What is the bonds looking like? They were pulling back, and they are pulling back a little bit right there. Not looking great. And let's see what's going on. Crude oil down right now. Overnight, anyway, it says down 1.31%. Brent at 113, just a little red look, but I don't know about all that right now because the Dow and them are barely up, so I wouldn't trust all that. And the overnights, the VIX down a little bit right there. And let's see what's going on. Your feeder cattle pulling back right there. Live cattle. Look at that sugar went nutty, guys. Look at that cocoa too, and orange juice right there. Holy cow! Wheat, oats was up too, and rough rice. They were up, I guess, running. When's this change? I don't even know when the time changes for these things, to be honest with you. I got to see this because wasn't that up today, that rough rice? I have to look at this now. What is this time? What date is this one? Is that today? May the 6th. Hold on, May 5th. Yeah, I was going to say it was up today. So I don't know what time the futures change. I guess around 7. I have no idea, to be honest with you, but it's already got the overnight. I was going to say rough rice was ripping today because we were looking at that yesterday, and some of these soybean meals and stuff. Some of these were looking pretty decent right there for your futures. And there's your future look right there. But yeah, cocoa and sugar. Look at them bad boys still cruising along. Pretty interesting right there when you look at the futures. And let's see what our future is going to be with the rest of the stock market right here. Let's take a look at Lucid right now. It was up today. It wasn't looking bad. They're going into earnings. When are they? May the 5th. Tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo. So there you go with Cinco de Mayo earnings for Lucid. We should write some of these earnings down. There's a ton of them tomorrow. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll look at StockTwits. They tell me the earnings, and we'll see what's going on. There are a ton of them, though. There's a bunch today as well. Fun right here, dipping down a little bit. Doesn't look so fun at the moment. And Play was playing its way down as well. Let's see what Grab is doing. That was dipping down, and it's still continuing to dip down a little bit. Cypher right here. This one was trying to bounce back up. Look at it, trying to go into the earnings right there. They got a Cinco de Mayo earnings tomorrow as well for CIFR, so you guys can keep an eye on that one if you like that earnings look. BBAI wasn't looking too bad for the Big Bear, and that's going into its earnings, and that is Cinco de Mayo too. So tons and tons of earnings tomorrow. Look at all these earnings plays. IMRX still just kind of bouncing around right there, trying to get set up. And we did say Circle was looking beautiful, and there you go. It circled itself right up there, 20%. Holy cow. Look at that thing. Look at that. It went up $19.83 and it went up almost 20% right there. That's a beauty right there. And it's going to hit that resistance, probably get through and possibly go to that. But we called that one yesterday as well. And that was a beauty. CRCL, though we definitely talked about that one. How about that MGN? It didn't really move yet, but it's just kind of sitting there. It wasn't looking terrible today. Data Vault was down pretty big right there. I think it was dipping down the other day, maybe, or overnight. I forget this morning, but Data Vault definitely took a big dip, and that SOAR was down a little bit. So none of these were really looking too crazy. There's Duo, and that's that Fang Network group. That's not what I was looking at, but it doesn't have a real crazy look. But Duolingo right here came dipping down in the after hours. They had them earnings, and I couldn't imagine they were going to be great right there. I mean, like I said, who's getting this thing? Let's see. Reiterates 2026 investment year plan as AI spend guides gross margin to something. I have no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, I never do. And it doesn't even matter. But there's Duolingo right there, DUOL. And that did take a massive dip today at the earnings in the after hours. Soundhound, Soundhound, SOUN, ran up a little bit. It's hitting the top. I don't know. It might not be that great. American Airlines, that was down a little bit. Nothing real crazy right there. Love, that was down. That's Southwest right there. And what about your Delta Airlines was back a little bit as well. Let's see what JetBlue wanted to do. That was pulling back, but nothing real crazy. It was jumping around today. And we'll have to look at them airlines tomorrow to see what's going on after Spirit went out of business. How crazy is that? And so that's what your airline ones were doing. Bed Bath and Beyond, didn't look bad this morning. It did have some pullback there in the afternoon, as you can see. It was running up, then pulled back right there for Bed Bath and Beyond. And we'll see if that wants to do anything as well. And this one's not looking too bad. I talked about this one today, and I gave it out 2 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, on the small cap show, I forgot until I looked at my notes, and that was 420. Let's see what date that was. That was April 18th or 14th. That was 420 right there. And it did spike up, and now it looks like it's running up a little bit more right there. So keep an eye on this LAES. That looks pretty good right there to try to run up. So watch that one. And let's see what else is going on in this crazy market right here. How about your crypto plays? They weren't looking too bad. Mara and Riot and these, look at these things. They're not looking terrible right there. They were up and looking pretty good. Clean Spark was looking pretty decent too. Look at that thing. That does look pretty good, guys. So keep an eye on Clean Spark right there. That looks probably the best out of them three, I would say. Clean Spark looks pretty good, to be completely honest. So I would watch that one right there. And what about that Nug? That was down a little bit. J Nug was down a little bit as well. You can look at Dust right here if you like these. They were cruising up, and J Dust right here was up a little bit. So they look like they may continue to go up. So you can watch them if you like to play the gold ones. That's what you would look at right there. REMX was dipping back a little bit right there. And what about ABTC? That was pulling back too. And Pew was up a little bit, but nothing too crazy right there. This PSQH had looked good the other day, Luis Rodriguez, and that still looks pretty good. BMNR right here was up as well. Remember this guy? And let's see when Ethereum gets ripping, that one can as well. And what about UPXI right here was up a little bit. So maybe these guys are trying to get set back up to run along again. So we'll be keeping an eye on some of them as well. And let's see what that Rhythm is up to right here. RYM, that was pulling back right there. Let's see what the cannabis stocks are up to. MSOS pulling back just a little bit. It might pull back a little bit more right there is what it looks like at the moment. Tilray right here was pulling back, and Canopy Growth, CGC, a little bit of pullback. That SNDL was up the other day, and that doesn't even look too bad right there. So keep an eye on that SNDL. Maybe that can get cruising along right there. And let me see what else is going on with Blink right here. Pulling back a little bit. It did look good yesterday, or last night, at least Friday, whatever, and pulling back a little. Let's look at it tomorrow. Sezzle was up a little bit right there, but nothing too crazy. I know their earnings are coming up on Wednesday right there, so they're May 6th. Not too many on Wednesday, I don't think. They all seem to be on Cinco de Mayo. So how is that icing? I think the Flyers player. I don't understand icing in the NHL anymore because they let the guys race down there, and then generally they just call icing. I mean, the Flyers player I have to see that again. It looked like he beat the Carolina player back to the line right there. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be who touches the puck. It's supposed to be like a race to who gets back there first. And that way the guys don't actually like kill each other or something. I don't even know why they do it. I forget, to be completely honest with you, but I'd have to see that again. He did not look like he beat him. But anyway, that's the game's still 2-1. Second period, 7:45 going left. And Carolina just won a face-off in the Flyer zone, and the Pointman took a wrist shot, and right on the goal, he snagged it for the Flyers. So they'll be having another face-off. Cecil jumping up a little bit right there. How about Sterling right here? Look at that thing in the after hour. Holy shit, guys. It went up $118. We've never seen that kind of jump before. Remember, we said this thing was looking good. What the hell did they do in their earnings? Holy shit. Oh my God, guys. Did you see this, Sterling? We look at this thing. It went ballistic. I mean, this doesn't even show it right here, I don't think. What the heck? 640. It went up $118. Is that correct, guys? Wow, that's amazing. I'm sure it is. That's wild right there. So watch for this one. Let's see these minute charts. Oh my goodness. I mean, it went up over $100. That's pretty crazy in the after hours. Good old Sterling. Wow. We do look at that one all the time. Was anyone paying attention to Sterling? We were talking about it last night, as usual. Rivian right here was pulling back. We did say that. We said Lucid looked a lot better. Look at that. Right on point right there. And Symbiotic was pulling back a little bit. How about your Michael Anthony list right here? How about Michael Anthony hopped on yesterday, right as we were hopping off? But ABEO, remember we were saying that looked pretty decent. That got cruising today. I wasn't even paying attention to it, but that was ripping D-Lo, just hitting a little resistance right there. And that UEC, it was down a little bit, but just kind of hanging out. We'll be keeping an eye on uranium. Tiger was down some, sitting in an interesting spot. Let's put it that way. PD, remember we were saying that's in a good spot, and that was up a little bit. And your Pag Segura right here is down, but that one, look for that. That could have a little bounce play coming up. Pedvico was up with the oil and gas right there, and Goro was likely down, and it certainly was. And that's pulling back right there. So there you go. And we did look at that triple U right there. And like I said, that one looks really good right now. So keep an eye on UUU. I should get rid of Goro and put UUU in there because that looks way better right now, Michael Anthony. Hope you agree with that. And let's see, like I said, Luis Rodriguez, if he hops on, everybody had a busy night tonight for a May the 4th be with you, everybody. So yeah, everybody had things going on. I know Luis Rodriguez had a work meeting, laptop travels, traveling. We had a carnival going on, and everybody has a busy schedule. The Flyers are on, all kinds of good playoffs happening here. So all kinds of stuff going on, but we got to, of course, go through the market and see what's going to be happening and what opportunities are going to be the best for tomorrow. We got to know what's happening here every day. So that's why we cruise through, and then I'll do the Flyers game if you guys want to hang out, because it looks like it'll be a pretty short night right here. And like I said, the Flyers are up 2-1. And there's 7:33 left in the second. Ducks and Kings, the Golden Knight, definitely not the Kings. The Ducks and the Golden Knight play at 9:30. Your NBA games right now, your Sixers are on as well. So Flyers, Sixers, both on. Sixers and Knicks, game one. And it's a tied game at 16 right now in the first quarter, so you can be keeping an eye on that. So like I said, a lot of good action going on. Then your Timberwolves and your Spurs, they're coming on at 9:30. And then, of course, you have a lot of baseball action as well going on. So we won't go through all them games because there's a bunch, but I'll keep you updated with the playoff games. 16-16 Sixers, Knicks, and 2-1 Flyers, Hurricanes. And the Flyers are up over the Hurricanes. So there's your little sports update right there. And your Michael Anthony stocks right there. And let's see what is going on with our SPY, our Qs, our IWM, and everybody else right here. They ran up this morning. I just went to IWM first. Don't ask me why. We did the small cap show today, but it did rip up there early, and then you had a big old dip and then a little bit of recovery, but not too much right there. And I'd say your Qs and your SPY probably looked exactly the same. Ripped up, big dip, and then a little bit of run up there. At the end of the day, nothing crazy, and your SPY very similar right there. So they were all in sync, I would say. And just look at these. That looks like it's coming down. Now, does it look like it's going to bounce off? I don't think so. Not with oil looking so good. I think this market has to pull back right here, guys. And you guys know I've been saying this for a little while now. And I was probably a week earlier, so that's for sure. So, I think you're going to see a little pullback, but we'll be watching it tomorrow morning. It's getting to be in critical spots right here, that's for sure. And let's see what our Mag 7 was doing. Apple pulling back right there, not looking great. Amazon was also up a little bit right there. It was jumping around in that top. Amazon actually doesn't look too bad to try to continue its way up. Google was down. That's right. I had Amazon and Google mixed up for some reason. Google was pulling back to that line. And there you are. Amazon was up today. Google was down. Meta was up a little bit, but it could get set up off of this trend line right here. We'll keep an eye on Meta, see if that's ready. And here goes your Microsoft right here. It was pulling back, but nothing crazy, but could have a little more pullback right there. We'll be keeping an eye on that. And what about NVIDIA? It was just bouncing around. That one I thought was down also and looked like I said, it was bouncing around a little bit and bounced up immediately. Janica, how are you this evening? And then it came down, ran up a little bit at the end of the day for NVIDIA. It has that trend line there. We'll have to see exactly what it wants to do here in this market tomorrow. I do think that this stuff is going to pull back, Janica. That's what it looks like to me anyway at the moment. And I know I did post out a tweet earlier and said I was probably going to do the show at like 8:30. And then somehow we ended up getting home. The kids, Dougie was hanging out with his buddy over there. And they had ice cream, and then they went on a couple more rides afterwards. And honestly, they were just cruising through the rides. It wasn't really crowded. We got there like right when it opened, the carnival. So we probably got our money's worth already in our wristband because they went on a ton of rides right at the beginning. I mean, the guys were just like, don't even get out of line, just keep on going. So they were just like, I'm just looping it around the rides like 5-6 times each time. So that was pretty cool. And then we stopped for ice cream, and then they wanted to do a couple more, and they hopped right in, and it wasn't too bad. So I ended up getting out there and getting home a lot earlier than I thought I was going to be honest with you. I didn't think we were going to be leaving for a while, and all of a sudden we were home. I was like, holy cow, I probably didn't even need to push the show back. But now that I already did, I'll just I got home at like 7:55. I probably could have rushed on here, but I kind of just took my time and got ready and set up the lighting and everything like that and got all of it working. So that's all. And yeah, so appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out. Let's continue to look and see what's going on. Tesla, let's see what you're up to say Tesla. I don't even remember. What was Tesla doing today? It was bouncing around a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't too crazy from my memory, and that's why, because it wasn't doing anything real crazy right there. It doesn't have a bad setup. There you go. It was bouncing around. It was up, down, then it finished up. I didn't realize that it even finished up at the end of the day, but it does look pretty good right there for Tesla. I'd keep an eye on that. That doesn't look bad going into tomorrow. Then AMC was kind of flat right there, and they do have earnings coming up, and they are Cinco de Mayo for AMC. So there you go. You'll have your AMC Cinco de Mayo highlights tomorrow at the movie theater. They can run the earnings on a screen and have a big party, and they can have some like walk-in nacho trays just cruising around. We used to do that. Remember I told you about Hire Little People? Chuck did that one time. We did a walking nacho tray, it was called, for Cinco de Mayo, as a matter of fact, and it was for an office party, and it was pretty fun. And yeah, I vaguely remember it. I don't know if that was the same one. We scared some guy too. That was pretty funny too. I don't remember if that was the same one or a different one, but anyway, yeah, Chuck had like a sombrero on, and then I cut out the top of it, and we stuck a like a thing of nacho dip, like guacamole or whatever in it, and then put nachos around the sombrero, and then Chuck walked around, and he was a walking nacho tray, and I kind of just had to hold this nacho, like the hat for him, so it wouldn't fall over. But it was just like a quick gig prank thing for like an office for Cinco de Mayo. And like I said, he got paid incredibly well to do that stuff. It was crazy. And then we had a lot of fun, and we always had a good time at all the gigs that we did. I told you about that company before. That was over 20 years ago. So anyway, yeah. So AMC, they can have some walking nacho trays right there. That does exist. And well, yeah, we used to do some pretty fun things and unique things as well. I won't lie about that. We did stuff on the fly, like made costumes and weird things like that all the time. Just had to like figure things out real quick and just go with the flow, I would say, because everything was a little odd with that career. Well, not career, that gig or that job, Hire Little People. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, we didn't do anything bad. Like we weren't into like wrestling or anything crazy like that. So or the bowling. I had plenty of crazy emails and requests for the. I could write a book on all the crazy requests. I'm not gonna lie, there were some crazy requests that would come in, but like I said, we didn't get into any of that stuff. It was more like holiday stuff, leprechauns and elves and Cupid at Valentine's Day. Leprechauns were probably the biggest one. St. Patty's Day and elves at Christmas time. That was a good one. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We used to have a blast. So anyway, there you go. Old time's sake, and good old Chuck Love. Missed that guy. He passed away during COVID. He was the best. I wish he was still around, guys. He would definitely be on like every one of my videos. I'm not gonna lie. We used to do everything, like all kinds of stuff, videos and stuff together. Like I said, that's who I shot the cooking show with, Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. You can check that out. And that was a lot of fun as well. So God bless Chuck Love. And here we go. Let's cruise through. I always think about Chuck. He was a unique little guy, I must say. I'll tell you, tough little dude. 3.5 foot tall. Everything that you can do like normally, he couldn't do. It was just crazy. Like he couldn't even reach a light switch. He had to have like a back scratcher to like reach that. And now with a brain injury, it's kind of I think about Chuck often because I think about like how difficult some things are for me, just like basic everyday things that I could always easily do. Holy cow, Flyer dude just got crushed. But I think about Chuck and I'm like, basic things that were always like easy for me are difficult now. Everything was difficult for him. I mean, every single thing. Well, he couldn't even get into a bathtub. He had to help him do that. So just imagine that kind of life is crazy. And so, yeah, I often think about that, like the struggles that Chuck had. Obviously, he didn't really know any better, any different, I would say, any better, any different because he grew up as a little person. But again, I mean, you have to basically, you got to kind of let's adapt to everything, and I mean everything. I mean, you're talking like can't even get on a toilet. You can't do like driving. He had pedal extenders. I mean, every little thing that you take for granted or like you do at ease. He couldn't even do them simple things. So it was a very difficult life. And like I said, I often think about it. And he lived with me for years. And I used to help him. He was like almost like a brother slash son to me. Let's put it that way. And so yeah, I took care of Chuck for a little while, helped him out a lot. And but yeah, I think about like the struggles that he had is crazy because I know the struggles that I have, and it's just like, and they weren't physical struggles, obviously. Like, can you imagine just not being able to reach a light switch when you need to get like a light on? You have to go and look for something. I mean, you take that for granted that you can walk in a room and flip up a light switch at any moment. And so yeah, not everybody has it so easy, and you just never know. So kind of interesting little way of thinking, but yeah, God bless Chuck Love. Thinking about him. Oh, I'm telling you, I always think about Chuck. He's we did a lot of, like I said, he lived with me. We did a lot of crazy video stuff together, a lot of fun stuff. And you're talking, guys, this is like 15 years ago. Like YouTube and stuff was out, obviously, but there wasn't shows like there are today. It wasn't like that crazy for shows. And I tell you, the who is it? Paramount, not Paramount. What's the other one that I tell? I can't think of their name. The movie production company contacted us about Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. What the heck is the name of it? I'll think. Lionsgate. Lionsgate contacted me about the Cooking with Skinny and Minnie series and wanted us to do something. And like I said, Chuck's disabilities were just pretty bad. I mean, it was hard for him to do a lot of stuff. I mean, it was a struggle for me to get him to get to my get there to just shoot the cooking videos, and they wanted us to do all this stuff, obviously, because it was Lionsgate, and they wanted to see if he could. I was like, guys, the guy's like he's very disabled. Like, I don't know what you want us to do. Can we just kind of do our cooking show, and then that would be good enough? But I guess not. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Lionsgate literally reached out to me 15 plus years ago, and we're like, hey, your cooking show is pretty interesting. You interested in talking to us? And we talked to him, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie about that. That was very. Could you imagine if we had signed a deal with Lionsgate like 15 years ago? That would have been different. But that's life, guys, and yeah, that's my journey in here. So, like I said, I've been doing a lot of video stuff and all that for a very long time. That's for sure. And I used to shoot all them videos and edit everything and put it all together and do all that all myself. A couple of my buddies would help me actually do the cameras, and my buddy Mike, my buddy Campy, and a couple other people, mainly them guys though. And I remember them would always help me do camera stuff. Campy would always help me edit stuff if I asked them. But yeah, for the most part, I edited all that stuff together, all them videos, all that nonsense. And it was always a good time. Back then, I used Windows Movie Maker. How crazy is that? Like the difference in today, it's just so wild. Well, that just hit the post. Holy cow. What an opportunity by the Flyers right there. And that was crazy. And that should have been 3-1. But hey, the post stopped the puck, and there you go. Let's cruise right through. But yeah, there you go. A little story. So you guys can appreciate your lives a little more after that, because like I said, just imagine not being able to turn on a light switch, hop on the toilet, turn on a washer and dryer, get in the shower, or just do very basic things like make breakfast or just do anything. Get a glass out of the cabinet without using a stool or a stick or something. So yeah, when Chuck used to live here, like I said, I had it all set. Everything was rigged up for him. It was great. I had it all set up for him. You guys know that. But he had like stools in certain places. He had like back scratchers all over the place for the light switches. We had it all pretty much figured out, to be honest with you. We got, like I said, we were pretty clever with thinking of stuff and trying to make it as easy as possible for him. But yeah, what a difficult life. I mean, I used to have to put him in the bathtub every day. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? Could you imagine? So yeah, he's an adult. He was an adult. I mean, he was like 30 years old. I had to put him in the bathtub. Oh yeah, he was the best. He was the greatest kid. He was the greatest dude ever. Anyway, so yeah, if you don't know who I'm talking about, go check out Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. And here, I'll pop it up. Watch this, guys. You ready? Watch. YouTube real quick here. We'll do this. Ready? Wow. If you've never seen what I'm talking about, check this out. I was watching. This is a great one here. Ready? That Fred Durst at Lala. Oh, no, that wasn't the good. I guess I had that on. I was watching some Limp Bizkit. They're always good. What was I saying? Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. It was Skinny and Minnie. Ready? And Minnie. Here, let's see. I guess I'll put cooking in. I guess I had to. There you go. It came up. There you go. Let's see. Ready? Check this out. Here it is. Ready? I shot all this stuff. Here it is. I'll do the little. I did a little promo back in the day. Let me find it. Here, you want to see me flip a knife? Here you go. This is my. These are my cooking, my days of culinary skill. Look at that, 16 years ago, guys. Look at that. I don't even have access to this. It's been so long. That, look, it's Miller time. That's what I used to call some stuff. Now just kind of flipping a knife around. There you go. Check that out. look how young I was. That was 16 years ago. Holy cow! Look at that. That was crazy. And I was juggling tongs. You gotta see that. My daughter loves that. She cracks up with my wife. They always die laughing about that. Hold on. Let me go back to this real quick. This one has a ton of views. Look at this. How to make Alfredo sauce. And I'll be honest with you, if you like Alfredo sauce, check out this recipe. It's banging. And it's so
Welcome
easy.
to Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. I'm Chef Doug. And I'm Chuck Love. And today, Chuck,
there's Chuck Love right there.
Alfredo sauce, Primavera sauce.
Guy, Chuck.
It is heavy cream and Parmesan cheese or Locatelli cheese.
So great.
That thickens
so,
it
you
up.
Can see, I'll just cruise right through. You can see Chuck cruising around, making down to his level right there.
Yeah, King of Garlic. Like I said before, I love garlic.
Again, I went to culinary school back in the day, and I was a chef. I was, like I said, I was a chef.
And we'll let that get a little.
We did that.
Sauteed and translucent.
Because there's a promo one. I can't figure out where the heck it is. Look at this. How to prepare celery. That's 26,000. How to prepare eggplant. 36,000 views. I had no idea some of these had. Look at these views on these things. 23,000, 22. I mean, I was pretty early to the party on cooking shows, guys. That's for sure. Look at all this stuff. Holy cow. Look at all. I did like every single fruit and vegetable, how to break them down, how to cut them, how to prepare mangoes, everything. And then Domino's Pizza used to have these chicken Alfredo bowls, so we mocked them things. We made them. I made homemade snow ice cream when it snowed one time. I made homemade ice cream. I forgot about that. How to clean spinach, just all this dumb stuff. But yeah, how to prepare. We did every fruit and vegetable back then. Fruit and vegetables were like actually really cheap. I'd go to the produce stand and just buy a ton of it. So here you go. Here's your, guys, I was just talking about it. Here's your walking nacho tray. I forgot we shot a video on this. I totally
and
forgot.
welcome
And I
to
used to
Cooking
do
with
the
Skinny and
guac
Mini.
off every
I'm
year. I
Chef
forgot
Doug.
about that. The
And I'm
guac
Chuck
off
Love.
to be
And
tomorrow
today's
on
shop
Cavino
is
and Rich.
Cinco de
So pay attention
Mayo.
to that.
Yes, I love Cinco de
Here
Mayo.
you go.
Me too. I love my Mexican
There's
food.
Chuck. We'll make some guacamole. Let me see. At the end, I think he's walking. Not here. There's Chuck breaking down an avocado right here. Let's see. Look at this. This is fun. My wife wants to come down and see some Cooking with Skinny and Mini videos. We're watching Cooking with Skinny and Mini. Hold on. Let me see if it comes. There you go. Look at Chuck. Look at that. Isn't that not the greatest right there, guys? Look at Chuck. Sombrero. He's cutting up some avocados right there. But I know at the end of the video, I'm pretty sure, didn't we do that? Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure we did because we had it already for that gig. So I remember we did it. Here we go. Let's get this thing to play. You can see here. I think he went. Didn't we go like down the basement and shoot? Here you go. There you go. The basement of this house is crazy. Hold on. Let's get the Chuck's walking nacho tray right here. We were talking about this earlier, and there you go. Look at this. We somehow got right to it. Hold on. If it ever comes back up, we'll get to watch it. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. It's so old, it doesn't want to do that. There it goes.
All right, this is Cooking with Skinny and Mini. We're done our guacamole, and now we have a walking nacho tray.
Look at that.
With the guacamole at the top.
How great is that, guys? Is that not the greatest right there, Zach?
Could you pass it down, Chef, please?
Chuck is the great. I'm telling you, Chuck was the great. Look at this. I'll tell you, he's like literally like my son / brother. I'm not
that's
gonna
Cooking
lie.
with Skinny and Mini.
The absolute greatest dude ever. We had so much fun, and like yeah, look at this basement right here. I thought we were down here. There you go. Look how great this is. How awesome is that? Walking nacho tray right there. All right, now I got to go back and actually find the video I'm looking for. Is that we did a promo. Look, I juggled with tongs on the beach, but I'm not going to show you that one. Like I said, like my wife and my daughter think it's the funniest video. Here we go. This is the one I'm finally trying to get to. Zach loves it. Look at it. He likes this. Here you go, Zach. You'll like this one right here. I shot this little pro. This shows you how long I've been doing these things.
Skinny
16
and Mini.
years ago.
Join Chef Doug and Chuck Love as this unique duo take you on a culinary extravaganza. Cooking with Skinny and Mini bring the culinary school to your house. Watch as they teach you everything you need to know in the kitchen, from sharpening your knife to cleaning the silver skin. Learn how to quickly peel and mince garlic, chop herbs, slice mushrooms, cut zucchini, small dice onions, and more. Watch as Chuck teaches you the correct way to cut a mango and how to peel and cut a pineapple.
Cutting pineapples.
Next, Chef Doug will teach you the proper way to prepare breaded foods, make vinaigrettes, how to saute, and other tips, tricks, and additional culinary
That's
secrets.
why I flipped the knife. It was for
And if that's not enough for you, then watch as they make a soda box cake and teach you how to create the pasta bread bowls that you see advertised on TV, but healthier and cheaper.
Look how much better mine was.
So visit Cooking with Skinny and Mini on the web at cookingwithskinnyandmini.com. That's cooking with SKINNY.
I don't think the website's not up anymore. But anyway, there you go. So that was what, 16 years ago, guys. I was shooting videos and doing this stuff. So how do you like them kind of things? And these guys are awesome. I went and seen these guys. Actually, that was the concert that Dougie's ever seen. It was outside, and they came. What are they called? Like the zoo something. I forget. They're pretty good though. But how about that? And Janica asked, what did you ask? What is the called? Let's see. Here you go. This is how you get to it. Ready? It is at Chef Skinny and Mini on YouTube right there. 62 videos, 336 subscribers. I can't even get in, to be honest with you. So I can't tell you. I joined. Look how look at that, guys. April 22nd. Look, 2008. I mean, holy cow, that was a while back. 407,350 channel views. I had no idea. To be honest with you, but yeah, that Alfredo. So look how much the saute onions has. Almost 199,000 views right there. How crazy is that? And so yeah, my cooking videos are popular, and I
Welcome
can't
to Cooking with Skinny and Mini.
I can't even get in.
I'm Chef Doug,
and I'm Chuck Love.
And here, Chuck, we're over by the stove today.
You can't even get
nice
in.
And hot.
And,
you always want to
so yeah, there wasn't.
Yeah, use butter; it won't stick to the.
Look,
There you go.
And there you go. Flip them around a little bit. So there you go, everybody. That's how you saute.
All right. Well,
I
Let's
used to know how to
recap,
do all
Chuck,
this
so
stuff.
they don't stick
See
and
that?
burn. You nice and pour, Chuck. Now
Interesting,
we have our
huh?
sauteed onions.
There you
They're just
go.
about finished.
Pretty
Let me
fun.
shake.
Oh, look at
And,
my
so
nice
yeah,
brown.
that thing has almost 99,000 views right there. Well, it's pretty wild. Look at that. That's pretty crazy how many views some of these videos have. And we did some more d'oeuvres. We did all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you. So you guys can check it out. And like I said, it's at Chef Skinny and Mini right there. And that is on YouTube, Janica. So I hope you guys enjoyed that a little bit. Look, we did that instead of Laptop Travels segment there. There you go, Laptop Travel. I filled your segment in with my old school cooking with Skinny and Mini videos. How about that? I really had no idea that one had 99,000 views. Like I said, I had no idea some of these had some of these views. I did know the Alfredo sauce was up there. I guess that's the most viewed one. The how to saute onions. A lot of people trying to figure out that, and how to prepare eggplant and stuff. How crazy is that though? Pretty wild. Let's see all the videos. Let's just roll through. Like I said, you guys want to see me juggle tongs? This, I'm telling you guys, you can all laugh at me. This was some 20-something years ago, probably. It had to have been 15 years ago.
Hey, this is
Yeah,
Chef Dog from
I have
CookingWithSkinnyandMini.com.
Look at us there. I'll do it out tongs. I'll go with the tongs, right? You guys can just see. I'll do the whole video here. So you guys are gonna go check it out anyway, because like I said, my daughter and my wife, it's the funniest video ever. My buddy edited this all together for me. But yeah, look at that. I'm literally holding a pair of tongs and juggling with them. I mean, that's some skill. I could never do that right now, to be honest with you. But there you go. That was my skill back in the day. That's the Jersey Shore right there too. So yeah, me and my buddy went down there. Oh yeah, I did Big Daddy's cookbook too. I helped my buddy Aaron. He was the man. I used to be a chef with Aaron, and made this little promo for him. And we did Big Daddy's house, his cookbook and stuff like that. I helped them do that cookbook. That was a lot of fun too when we did that bad boy. Some chicken parm right there. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, this is a banging recipe right here. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, French toast, and a Monte Cristo. So you make your Cinnamon Toast Crunch, French toast. So I haven't done this one in a while. You literally make Cinnamon Toast Crunch, French toast. You take your Cinnamon Toast Crunch and you smash it up and you make French toast with it. And then you turn that into a Monte Cristo. And what's in that? I don't even remember. Is it like ham, turkey, and Swiss cheese? Something like that. I really don't even remember, guys. But something like that. And then you make that. That's a yummy sandwich right there. Something for you guys to nibble on at night. And let's see, blanching vegetables and pan-seared salmon with shrimp accompanied by asparagus and couscous. That one was probably pretty good. Let's look at it real quick. Let's see what that final plate looked like. I don't even remember making this, to be honest, which I have no idea. Let's see. Let's get over here. There you go. That's what the plate looked like. I figured it had to have been a final. There you go. That's what it looked like. How about that plate, guys? You like that?
Now that we finished our meal, we have our pan-seared salmon, accompanied by our couscous.
Well, let's see. I bet he eats it all. Chuck was the man. No, we didn't.
See you next time.
See you later.
That's I used to be able to eat seafood back then, but not anymore. Oh yeah, there you go. See, Chuck was a walking nacho tray. What else do we have? Anyway, there you go. You get the point right there. Some good stuff. What were the most popular ones? Let's see. Yeah, how to saute onions, make Alfredo sauce, eggplant, celery. Hey, you guys want to make a fruit tray? Look at that fruit tray right there. There you go. And there you go, Doge Mama 9. She's going to check it out. Oh, guys, this is one. Oh, all right. We'll end it with this one because I'll be honest with you. This recipe right here is banging right here. This one's so good. And it's so easy to make. So yeah, take this Alfredo sauce and this chicken white wine cream sauce one. Go check them out and make them, and I guarantee you'll love them. And I think this quiche one's pretty good right there. That's always good. And like I said, that cinnamon toast crunch, French toast, and Monte Cristo, that's really good. You can check out the salmon one if you like it. That's how you make a soda box cake. You don't use oil. You use a can of soda. It's pretty wild. I never knew that until I made that video. Pasta Primavera, that's a pretty good one right there. And oh, guys, breakfast, holy cow. My brother-in-law loves these things. We used to make them when we'd go ski. And I told you, I knew my brother-in-law. I didn't even know he had a younger sister. And we used to take ski trips together every year. We used to go to Vermont every single year together and went snowboard. And we'd rent the same house. We probably rented the same house for like 5 or 6 years and then rented different houses. And I used to make beef jerky omelets. And oh my God, they were so good. You'd cut up the beef jerky real fine, saute it, and then just make your omelets, and boom, They were so good. We were just talking about them the other day. Yeah, they were good. Oh, the rice pilaf, that's good too. Apple butter cream sauce. Yeah, there's some good ones right here. I forgot. Look at that chicken parm. That don't look too bad. Chicken. I don't even honestly, guys. I don't remember like any of this stuff. To be completely honest, it was a while ago, and I haven't really looked at them in forever. So yeah. There's my knife skills right there. You can go watch that, how to prepare breaded foods. Look at all this stuff. Mushrooms. Like I said, I know we did. Look, that was 17 years ago, guys. So like I said, some of these videos might even be 20 years. I have no idea. I bet they're really close. 17 right there. 17 on that. Yeah, a lot of these, some of these may get to 17, how to chop herbs right there. But anyway, there you go. Here. Michael Anthony, there you go. I knew you would come on. Michael Anthony, I shot these videos back like 17 years ago, almost 20 years ago. I shot all these. This is me and my buddy. I was talking about my buddy Chuck Love. And then I somehow ended up on Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. But we're going to end it right here. And I was just going to show you this one, that chicken white wine cream sauce. This one's a good recipe too, guys. So you can check this one out. You pan-sear your chicken, and then you saute some shallots right there. And then you get your white wine right there, as you can see. Let's see, Chuck pour some white wine in. And there you go. So this is the stuffs part of the show. Exactly, Michael Anthony. This is why it's called Stocks and Stuff, because this is our stuffs part. You get to see Chuck pour some wine right there. We'll reduce that down a little bit. And then probably finish it off with some heavy cream and a little bit of butter right there. And that bad boy is going to be banging. Look at that sauce right there. And then I put the sauce on there for you so you guys can make it. And, oh, there's a then plate. Here, let's look at it, and then we'll finish. Oh, look at that plate right there. Oh, that looks good. Michael Anthony, you making anything like that tonight?
That's our finished product.
Your,
we garnish the plate.
Your chicken with your sauce and then your asparagus. Oh, that looks delicious. I could go for that right there. That tall guy is you. The tall guy is me, Michael Anthony. This video was 16. That was me 16 years ago.
Chicken breast dish.
How crazy is that?
Great.
And the little guy's my buddy Chuck Love. He has since passed away during COVID. But I was saying, he's the man. He's the greatest.
So,
and
I'm Chef
Love.
I'm Chuck Love. And this is Cooking with Skinny
That
and
was a
Minnie.
company
We'll
we
see
used
you
to
next
have
time.
together. And like I said, there you go. So there you go. Cooking with Skinny and Minnie, everybody. A little trip down memory lane. I really don't even remember half of that stuff. But can you imagine some of the videos almost have not cutting sauteing onions or whatever has 99,000 views. Way more than my stock videos, I'd say. So there you go. And Michael Anthony said he ate a roast beef. And well, it wasn't quite that chicken, right? That's for sure. That chicken dish with the cream sauce is banging. I'll tell you that right there. So there you go, everybody. And here we are. The tall guy is me, Michael Anthony. Yes, the tall guy was definitely me. And the short guy was my buddy. Chuck Love was his name. And he is a little person. He's 3.5 foot tall. As a matter of fact, I was telling everybody, I won't go through it a lot, but I'll just say, I was telling everyone he used to live with me, and they just the things that were just so hard for him to do that you would find so easy, like turn on a light switch and just make breakfast and get a cup out of the cabinet. That was all difficult. Like, he couldn't even do it. He couldn't even get in the bathtub. I had to put him in the bathtub. It was hard for him to get on the toilet. He had to have a stool for that. I mean, just everyday basic things. So I was saying, it's kind of crazy, but yeah. It was, but yeah, I got him to learn how to actually cook. And so, yeah, when he was living on his own and stuff, he actually could make stuff. It was really cool because he would say, dude, I made this. And it was only because you taught me how to do it. We used to do the cooking shows and stuff. So that was really cool. He actually learned how to cook. So it was, and then I used to say, if I could teach Chuck Love how to cook, I should be able to teach anybody. And then you guys can check it out. Cooking with Skinny and Kitties, we did one of them too, and with a bunch of with the kitties when they were younger. So yeah, we did all kinds of fun stuff. So can you still cook those means? I can still cook pretty well, Michael Anthony. I wouldn't say I could still rock and roll in a kitchen anymore, because kitchens are really high paced, fast paced, and all. And you guys know, I don't know if I'm that fast paced anymore, but I could cook still. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I always loved the grill and stuff. I used to love the grill. And yeah, I would just like sit there on the grill or saute, whatever station. It didn't matter to me. Whatever station was going to be the busiest, I'd say, yo, throw me on that and let's rock and roll and bang this night out and let's have fun. And that's how it was for a long time. I used to be a chef. That was like the longest career that I really ever had. I went to culinary school. And everything else, I was basically self-employed for the rest of my life. So yeah, that was the only real career I would say I had other than being self-employed. Was a chef and like the fire inspections and stuff. But again, I did all that. We had our own businesses. I always had my own business. I even consulted to the county and everybody else. So it was basically my own. I was self-employed with that. I wasn't employed through the county. I consulted to them. So that's how I was involved in all that stuff as well. But yeah, there you go. A little like I said, walk through memory lane right there, Michael Anthony. So yeah, when we talk about kitchens and your Portillos and stuff, now you can see why sometimes I'm a little bit interested in that. What was that? PTLS? I forget. What the hell is it? Portillos. PTLO. That's it. So yeah, and then whenever you hop on a restaurant or something, I love that stuff. Still, obviously, I still like it and enjoy it. I'm just not able to really cook anymore like I used to. But anyway, I don't think I'd really want to. Restaurant life is hard as hell, guys. I'll say that it's one of them. It's one of them industries where you work a lot, you work holidays, nights, all that good stuff all the time. So you guys know that. Actually a family member of ours is opening up this new restaurant in Philly, and he said he's going to let us come there. I said, yeah, I'll shoot a video and stuff for you if you want. He said, yeah, man, do it. It's going to be like one of the nicest restaurants in Philly. I'm not even kidding. It's super expensive, like everything is anyway, but this place is like super top notch. He was running one of the better restaurants down in AC, and obviously AC is kind of dying out, so he went over to Philly now, and he's opening up this restaurant. Like I said, it's a top-notch restaurant. I just recently saw him, and yeah, I want to check that restaurant out. So hopefully I'll get to see that. I'll do a little review. I should do restaurant reviews with Dougie. Me and Dougie, we go to lunches and cheesesteak. We could do every cheesesteak place. Dougie loves them, and honestly, they'd probably be big hits. There's a lot of people around here that do different food reviews. I'm sure everybody in their area probably has local people now that are food gurus or food critics or whatever, and they do their videos and stuff. I was doing it 16 years ago, guys, and I used to say about all this. I actually used to go to restaurants and do exactly this, do the food critics and stuff like that. I'd done videos like that 16 years ago, and yeah, it was kind of, I guess I was a little bit ahead of my time, maybe. I don't know. Way ahead of the time, probably. So there you go. That's why I say I was making viral stuff before viral was ever even a term. And I created the I Love Roadhead stuff. And I told you that went pretty big. And that was in 2003 area. So 2005, 2003, somewhere's in that area. So yeah, I was in my early 20s back then and doing all this stuff. So I've been doing video stuff and doing a lot of this crazy nonsense for a long time. I probably should have just stuck right through it, though. Actually, when Chuck, I don't know, we stopped doing it when Chuck's his health and all was kind of bad. I kind of stopped because I did everything with Chuck, to be honest with you, and never really did it on my own. And then I was like, you know what? I should just kind of do things on my own now. And that was obviously after Chuck had passed away. And but yeah, Chuck was like kind of like my partner in crime, and we used to do everything together. It was it was fun. We used to have a lot of fun. We had great chemistry together, and we could just hang out and do stuff. So yeah, go ahead and check out them videos. You could tell. Again, that was 16 years ago. So I was beating all the cooking shows and stuff. You guys can tell everybody. I definitely was ahead of them. So there you are with that. I don't even know, Guy Fieri wasn't even out probably back then. I know he might have been. I do know back then, though, like the guac off, the Covino and Rich show, they were doing guac offs. I think like 12 years ago, maybe. I have to look. I just forgot her name. Damn it. What the heck was her name? It started with an S. Oh, Sonny. What the heck is her last name? Sonny Anderson. I wrote it down earlier. That's why I knew, because I saw it come up. And I couldn't think of her name. I had to look it up. Sonny Anderson was on the Food Network, and she used to come on the Covino and Rich show. And then we'd do a guac off every Cinco de Mayo. So I used to go on there for Cinco de Mayo all the time. And Chuck used to go up with me, obviously. So yeah, that should be tomorrow, the good old guac off. So yeah, we were doing them like a dozen years ago and stuff on the radio and all that fun stuff. So been doing things for a while here, and there you go. I guess that's why sometimes I can feel a little comfortable on video and stuff. I guess I have a few years of experience there. I didn't even realize it. When I worked at NFL Films, I think I told you the story about this. They won an Addy Award. I don't even remember what the heck it was back then. They make these Addy Awards for like companies that make ads, and they won the award. I had to put some video together, and they would come down and ask me all the time because I was comfortable on video. They knew on camera, and they would like call down because I was a chef for the NFL. They'd call down to the kitchen, and if the NFL wanted you to go shoot something, the kitchen couldn't say anything. They were like, "Yeah, it's the NFL. That's who we're here for." So they had all the say in the world. So it could be jamming, and the NFL would be like, "Yo, we need Doug on to shoot something for us on camera," and they'd be like, "Yo, you got to go down and do a shoot." So they would actually call me because I was comfortable. So yeah, I did this whole entire Addy thing with my hands. I did juggling, we did cooking, we did all this stuff. They ended up winning the award, and they won this Addy Award thing with the video. And yeah, they would come back, and they were all so happy. They all went to this thing, and they were like giving me hugs and stuff. They're like, "Dude, you won an Addy Award." I'm like, whatever. So yeah, apparently I know they gave me a thing about it. And so yeah, I was in this thing, an Addy Award. I won one of them too. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. But yeah, they won it. I was just in the video. So yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie. So how crazy is that? And I forgot all about that, to be honest with you, until I just was thinking about. But yeah, they used to just call me up in the kitchen. They'd call up the executive chef, and they'd be like, "Yo, we need Doug down here so we could do a quick shoot." And I would just go down there, and I would hang out there for like a good 45 minutes to an hour because no one cared. And then yeah, they would have me come on there and shoot something for them, and they'd be like, "Dude, you're really comfortable with this." And they would always need somebody to do like, not when like they'd have like Phil Simms or them doing something. They'd need somebody off that wasn't like a professional or somebody just to do like a side take of things. I don't know why they would be like, "Dude, you can just rattle them off real easily." And that's when I could actually read pretty well too. And yeah, they would just throw it right up there, and I would just bang it right out, probably in one or two takes, and then I would just hang out down there. And yeah, we used to give them all the food and stuff, the craft food services for them. But yeah, good times. But that's what I used to do back in the day. And there you go. Let's roll right through this, and then I'll do the rest of the Flyers games for you guys. And how about you, Michael Anthony? We went through your list. Did you see that ABEO today? That was ripping right there. Look at that bad boy. So how about that and stuff part of the show today? And here we go. We stopped at AMC because I was going to talk about GameStop, and how about crazy that? I think somebody asked Ryan Cohen how he was going to come up with the money or something. He had no idea or something crazy. I seen someone tweeting about it. I was like, doesn't surprise me. Unsolicited $55.5 billion eBay acquisition proposal triggers dilution and execution fears. Yeah, I have no idea how he's pulling this one off. Like, where's GameStop getting that kind of money at? I don't know, but I don't know what they're trying to do right there. I have no idea what he's up to. But anyway, you know what we did know? We knew it was going to pop right here because I did say the other day it was looking good. Now it's pulling back a little bit. So there you go. How about Chewy pulling back? But Unity right here. Remember I said Unity was looking pretty good right there. And there you go. I mean, I can pick these things out well. Just don't ask me to trade them for you. And that's the only thing. But I can tell you exactly what they're going to do. Netflix still pulling back right there. It should pull back. Let's look at our semiconductors right here because they were pulling back a little bit. And again, I think this market could be topping out. Although MU, that's not pulling back. SanDisk, what'd I say, over 1,200 right there? There you go, 1,255. So we called that one with no problem, and it kept on going. And what was actually Nubius this morning? Holy cow, this was a beauty, guys. Were you on in the Discord this morning? That was a beauty running up there, and even got up higher at the end of the day. Look at that thing. So NBIS, that was gorgeous. And let's see, we could even add that to the list. SMCI right here was up somehow. I have no idea because it's looking pretty good going in the earnings. I don't understand it, guys. I have to say that this thing has to come back down. I would bet, I'm waiting for the chart, but I'd have to assume that, like I said, NVIDIA cannot be dealing with that company. AMD took a nice little dip down, and it's been running up like crazy. So we'll watch for that one. How about QCOM right here pulling back a little bit as well? So some of these did have some nice pullbacks. Snow's looking good, and that could get cruising. So watch for Snow right there tomorrow. Could be a good one. And let's see what our PayPal is up to right here, down a little bit. That's going to get set up. Let it pull back a little bit at the moment. How about Intel's been a ripper? A little healthy pullback. It could stay up there. I mean, I don't know if I'd be chasing it up there, but it's way up there. Dell's another one that's been ripping up there, and we'll see what it wants to do. And what about IBM? If I could type it in, it was dipping down. I know that today, and it's hitting that trend line. I'd have to assume this got to be getting set up right here. And your Palantir, Luis Rodriguez, not looking so bad. It did pull back in the after earnings, or in the after earnings. How's that? That's a good one right there. After earnings. That's a new word. After hours in the earnings, but we'll just call it the after earnings right there, and then we'll just we'll skip some words. Flyers were just on a 2-on-1, but that got broken up right there, and they didn't even get a shot off. And it is the third period with 14:20 left in the third period, 2-1. Flyers still winning. I didn't even realize I talked through the whole intermission about cooking with Skinny and Mini. We went on a nice little food travel right there. Let me cruise right through and then the rest of the list, and then we'll go and see what the Flyers game's going on if you guys want. Sophie right here, a little bit of pullback, fly, Eagles fly. Nothing crazy right there. Adobe, that one's looking pretty decent, I must say. Write it on your list for tomorrow because I think Adobe looks good. And Oracle right here. Let me see how it finished up. It wasn't looking bad. And yeah, it finished up pretty tight. Oracle looking good. Remember we were saying these guys before, like a couple days ago, last week, obviously, and there you go. We're always a little early on them. You just gotta run into them and get them. MicroStrategy looking pretty good. We'll see because crypto's been looking great. Hood was up a little bit right there. Coinbase is ripping. And remember we said that was looking good. I even said it was going to get up to 213, and there you go. And let's see, because Bull's been looking pretty bullish as well right there. So keep an eye on Bull. That looks like it wants to roll up and keep going. So watch that one. And your space right here continues to dip down. It ran up the other day, dipped down, a little healthy dip down. Boeing, this is pulling back, but some of these other ones aren't looking too bad right here. Look at Lockheed Martin. That looks a lot better. Northrop Grumman wasn't so bad. It actually pulled back there. Huntington Ingalls wasn't so bad right there. And that RTX wasn't so bad, and that pulled back a little. So interesting. Lockheed Martin might be the best one out of them all. They all looked pretty decent earlier, I'd have to say. I was looking at them. DJT right there did pull back. I said that was going to get rejected down off of there. Nike was pulling back. I thought this would have a better setup today, but it did not. And McDonald's still dipping down here. And like I said, I don't know who can afford any of this food stuff. It's crazy. Disney might get hammered off of all that too and come down. Earnings coming up on Wednesday right there. For Disney, Oxy looking pretty good. I was saying oil was looking good when we were going into the morning, and MNST, that monster, pulling back. Watch for it to that trend line and try to get a bounce off of there. And there you go with them. And PTLA, what is that one? What the heck are you talking about? Are you talking about PTLO, Portillo's? Because that's not going to $110. Which one are you talking about, Michael Anthony? PTLA. I'm not even sure what that is. PTLA? I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I don't know, Michael Anthony. Inform me on what that one's supposed to be because I'm not exactly sure right there. And I would love to know because I know Portillo's. I was going to say that one's going to 110. It's got a hell of a run in it, that's for sure. And what did you say? The futures are red. That after today, that markets are a reason to sell now. That a oil fire is burning out of control with black smoke. I think it's going to be pulling back there, Michael Anthony, to be honest with you. And Janik is hanging out. Palantir's down in the after hours on news. Increased CapEx spending. And Dulo earnings failed to impress. You're not kidding. Kratos is up. Remember, we were looking at this. That's an aerospace and defense. Kratos or whatever. Yeah, Kratos Defense. And it is up a little bit. Their earnings are coming up on Wednesday as well. And let's see, QURE. This one was looking good the other day. I like that setup right there, Luis Rodriguez. QURE. I think that's a good look right there. IOVA. Iovan's, what the heck is it called? Iovan's, something like that. That one's cruising along. I know we've looked at it before. That could continue to hop up there. And if and NFE, New Fortress Energy. That looks pretty good right there, Luis Rodriguez. Just watch out. It has that resistance or 50, but it looks like it's trying to get into this channel for NFE. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we were talking about the old Cooking with Skinny and Mini. You guys can go check out the Alfredo sauce and all that good stuff. And I was saying with the what was the thing at Skinny and Mini? I forget what it was, to be honest with you. And yeah, they are. They are. Zach. Yes. Actually, funny story. Want to hear? I did that when I was 17. My buddy did it with safety pins, and they still been done ever since that. So there you go. What a crazy story. I was a crazy dude, I guess. Yeah, my buddy Jay did them. And yeah. And that just tells you I'm a little crazy. So yeah, they are. And I, like I said, I've had them done since that time. So pretty wild, right? My wife always like, "Are you ever gonna take them out?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe. I guess if I have to, I don't know." But there you go, and there you are, Michael Anthony, and that's the part of the stuff show, like we said. So I'll do the last half of the Flyers third period for you, Michael Anthony. Tell me which one you're talking about. PTLA. I'm not sure what the heck you're talking about right there. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what stock that could even be. It wasn't clear to me when I was looking at it, and then I was thinking maybe I didn't know what it was, but I don't see anything. So let me know. And yeah, the futures are just they weren't doing a whole lot when we first hopped on. They're still not doing. Look at that. The Dow's up 0.01%. Your S&P's up 0.05. So yeah, they're not looking great. And we went through. Sugar's looking good though. Cocoa is looking pretty good to run up there. And palladium's looking not so great. Wheat was looking decent. What was the oats and the rough rice? Them ones were looking pretty good. These could continue up too, so keep an eye on them. And your Bitcoin's back at 80K right there. So there you go, everybody. How about that for our stocks and stuff? Monday, May the 4th be with you, deleted. And can we check out UK? Isn't that U Commune or something? What is that one called? U Commune. There you go. How about that, deleted? Did you know that was called U Commune UK? Let's see. I did recently split. Didn't we just look at it the other day? I kind of feel like we looked at this the other day. It don't have a bad look. It did pull back in the after hours. Let me take a better look at it over here real quick and see what it looks like. Recent reverse split. It doesn't look bad. Let me write it down for tomorrow morning, deleted. I would say it does not look bad. You just have this resistance here, and I can't get a good idea. It looks like it's trying to get in this channel. It might bounce around here. It might bounce to this resistance again at 518 area, which actually is a really nice bounce because it's not even at $4. So yeah, that could be a pretty decent one right there for UK to continue to bounce around right there. It doesn't look like it wants to come down real hard anyway. We'll look at it first thing in the morning. I wrote it down. And VNRX, not familiar with this one, but another recent reverse splitter right there. It did reverse split last week. And it's just in the basement. And let me see if I can get a better idea. This one might have to be another look at it tomorrow morning, but I'll try to get a better idea for you right here. Is that what I just... That can't be the same one. VNRX. Is it the same stock? Reverse split. Looks weird. I don't even know what just happened there. Let me stick to this one. 239. What the heck? 240. Oh, 239. I don't know. It just looks weird on that chart. I have to look at it on here. Sometimes that happens. Because of the reverse split. And let me see. Yeah, let's look at that bad boy tomorrow. It's not jumping out at me that it wants to run up just yet. But you can always get them bounces because it's in the basement right here, and it did the recent reverse split. So we'll keep an eye on it. How about that? Delete it with no problem. And we had over 100 companies report after the close. We sure did today, Michael Anthony. It was like overload. Tomorrow's crazy too. Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and a lot of companies as well. So there you go. And you said you're good with the names. I'll delete it. It's been honestly, I've only gotten real good with these. No problem. I actually do it for a reason, like I say, because of the cognitive therapy of it. And it's actually the one thing, I don't know why, but I can remember the stock ticker names, and it's really strange. And again, my brain is just wired with stocks now. And then the night I got hit in the head, I was looking at stock charts, and I never stopped looking at them. So it's the one thing I can still kind of do. But yeah, I do it to try to make my memory a little bit better and also make my brain a little bit stronger. But yeah, I've been getting pretty good with these stock names, like the stock ticker names. Honestly, though, I've tried to do it when I'm not sitting in this chair doing the show. It's really weird. Like, I end up in this like weird zone when I'm in here, so I can do it. I can't always tell you what they are if I'm like just out and about doing things, because I've done it while I've been sitting there like eating lunch or something. I'll try to remember some. I can't do it as well. Not even close. It's really weird with the keyboard and my fingers. I don't know. Maybe it's because I sit here and do it, and now my brain is only trained to be able to do it like that. It could be very well that I can do it like that, but I still take it as a big improvement, let's put it that way. And like I said, it helps my brain a lot, so that's why I try to do it all the time and try to remember the stock tickers, like the stock tickers and the company names. I didn't even care what the names of the companies were before. I used to know all the stock tickers. That's what I knew, and I didn't even know what any of the names were. And now, like I said, I kind of try to learn them just because it's an exercise for my brain. It's basically like something I started to learn. I basically put it into my life so it could help my brain, and I kind of like it because now I learn the name of the companies. I actually like to click on the companies now too and look at the websites and see what they do. I never cared before, honestly, but now I'm kind of fascinated by it all. So I'd say I'm more if I was ever ever leaned more towards fundamentals, I would say now in my life is more than ever. But again, I still look at the charts and base everything off of that. But I kind of like looking at the names of the companies and all that stuff and seeing what they're up to and different things. I never cared before. It never mattered. And again, it still doesn't matter. I'll look at the stock chart and tell you what the company's doing. You guys know that. So that doesn't necessarily matter, but it is always fascinating what they're doing, what they do, and the products that they have. It gives you a better understanding sometimes as if why they can run at certain times and when they pop and things like that. So just something interesting. And I guess all the more knowledge that you have, the better you can always do. So there you go. But yeah, I just try to remember the names now to give myself a little brain exercise. So how are you, Sam? You're not late to the party. We're just getting fired up, Sam, but you are going to have to go back and listen, watch a little bit. I went through my old cooking show that I did, and it was like 16, 17 years ago, 15, 16 years ago. Some of the videos are from, and yeah, Sam, cooking with Skinny and Minnie. You got to go back. I don't know why I X'd out of it because I had it up. I could have flipped over there and we could have looked at it, but we'll go through and check the Flyers game. They're at commercial right now, so it's about the last 10 minutes about to roll into the third period. I'll do play-by-play for that since we were sitting here talking for a while. And basically, we did a lot of end stuff tonight, and that's for sure. Here, I'll bring it up real quick for you. It should pop right up, I would assume. Yeah, there it is. And let's see. Here you go. This one, we were talking about this for a while. I'm like, he's like, why is this back up? But look at it, Sam. My How to Saute Onions from 16 years ago has 99,000 views. I had no idea. I had no clue. I had 99. I should be getting paid for that thing, I think. And I can't even get into this account. But yeah, this is definitely my account. Obviously, I mean, look at it. It's clearly me. And how to make Alfredo sauce is up there with 76,000. That's a good recipe right there. It's so easy too. So check that out. That's banging. We were going through some of the recipes and some of the cool stuff right there. So you can smell the onions from there. There you go, Sam. I like it. You can check out how to prepare a mango. You guys know how to properly cut a mango? I'll show you. Chuck Love will teach you how to do this. Like I said, Chuck learned how to do all this stuff. Look, I'll show you. I told him how to do it, and then
I see it.
That way we don't
cut
waste
that
too
bad
much
boy,
mango.
get the core
And
out
you're
of
gonna
there,
turn around
and then
do that
give it
same
to Chuck,
thing
and
to
he'll
the
cut it
second
down
side.
for you and
Cut
spread
in.
it out. Ready? That
See how
wasn't the
close we
rifle
got to the
stuff.
seed?
I can tell by looking at it, but here, ready?
We're gonna do with this mango the way you really
put some
cut it,
slits
since
in
we
it.
have
Ready? Here
our
you go.
two halves.
This is how you cut a mango,
We're
and then
gonna
I'll
cut
do the
it
Flyers. Here you go. You
like
slit it
that.
down like that. Make a little like tic-tac-toe action right there.
Down
So you
like
can play some
that.
tic-tac-toe.
And then in the
And
squares.
then you don't go all the way
Okay.
through there.
We'll
You
cut
just
it in
kind
the
of score
squares.
it, and then
And
you
what
just
the cool
kind of
thing about a mango
flip it in.
is,
Boom,
you pop
there
it
you
up
go.
like that.
That's how
Oh,
you
that's
cut a
so
mango.
cool.
That's how
And
you
that's
eat
how
that
you eat
bad
it. You
boy.
just put
So
it
if
in
you're
your
ever on
mouth
the
and
tropical
you eat each
island, there you
piece,
go.
or you can go
get through
across and
mango
cut it
real
with a
quick, or you
knife.
can slice it
Wow.
out and
However
put
you
it
like
in
to
your
eat it. So where do you start
fruit
first? In the
salad.
middle?
Yeah, look at Chuck.
Yep,
Look
you
at
just-
look at his little
Just
fingers.
want to cut it in the little squares, so you don't want to cut
Great's
all the
that,
way
guys.
through either.
Chuck Love,
You
the
pretty
man.
much want to score that.
Look at that. He's
mango.
gonna do
Okay, I'm
this thing
scoring
by
it.
himself.
You
I mean,
score it.
check this out, guys.
And then you
So
turn it
if
around
you
and
guys are
score it the
complaining
other
that you
way
can't do something in the
when
kitchen,
you're done
I mean,
making all
look
your
at him.
cuts.
Look at his hands and all and everything
Okay.
else. I mean, talk about some crazy
There you
disabilities.
go.
And Chuck was able to cut
And the nice
what
squares.
the hell are they called? Mangoes
Yes.
and pineapple, everything. I mean, we got them to do almost everything. I'm not gonna lie. So watch this.
Flip it around.
Right
Flip it
open,
around.
like a pro.
Okay.
And now
And,
we're gonna
here
do
you
the
go.
cool little pop out thing.
Little pop out.
There you
go.
go.
Pop
There you
out.
go.
Chuck
There you
Love.
go.
There you
Chuck,
go.
look at
Oh
that.
man,
Now you got your
Carolina just
mango.
scored. Holy
On a
cow,
nice
that's not
hot
good.
summer
Now the
day,
game's
you
2-2.
can't go
Now
wrong
we're
with a
really
nice
gonna have to
mango.
do play
That
by
is how
play
you
and
cut
watch
it.
that.
Chuck
I didn't even see
Love
what was
showed
happening.
you.
I was watching
that
Chuck
easy. That
prepare
easy, I can
mangoes
do it.
for you guys.
So
Look at
you're
this.
cooking with
So there
skinny.
you go. That's how to prepare a mango and all that good stuff. So if you want to check it out, it's at Chef Skinny and Mini. And let me see how Carolina just scored. They just came right through the blue line. He dropped it off and took a wrist shot short side, beat him short side to the glove right there. Wow. Dropped the puck and a wrister. Yeah, he beat. I don't know if it flipped off the Flyer defenseman's goalie, but I don't think it did. I think it was a clean shot that went right in. And now I guess we're gonna have to watch the Flyers. There's 8:37 left in the third period. 2-2. Here we go. I'll do play-by-play now that we just watched. All that good stuff here. I'll throw on the score thing. Then we do that last time. Flyers live score today. We did something like that. There you go. 2-2. And here you go. Ready? I'll do the play-by-play. Let me take a quick drink. All right, here we are. Let's watch some Flyers game together. All right. Carolina with a shot from the point right there. It's 2-2 third period, 8 minutes and 7 seconds left. And let's see what's going on. The shots are 30-18. Carolina has 30 shots, Flyers 18. That's pretty wild. And now the puck is going in the Flyer zone. Carolina's carrying it in. They just dumped it into the corner right there. Flyers just knocked that dude down and took advantage of the puck. So here we go. Flyers are skating it out. He just dumped it up the boards. Flyers are taking it in the Carolina zone. They're down in the corner there, and the Carolina guy just manhandled the Flyers guy right to the ice. So he went down. The Carolina just flipped it out, and now it's down in the Flyers zone, and they're wrestling for the puck down in the corner right now, and it just got passed out to the slot, but the Flyers took that one and just passed it up to the boards, but I don't know if it hit the referee or the Carolina's defenseman stopped it and flicked it into the zone, and now Carolina has control in the Flyers zone right now. They're trying to get set up. And let's see, it's around the net right there. The Carolina still has it. He just passed it up in front, but they deflected off of the Flyers goalie. And out of the zone back into center ice and at the blue line, at the Carolina's blue line, but they're skating it in and they just dumped it into the zone. And the Flyers goalie came out to touch it up and stop the puck so that the Flyers could regain it. And they're trying to skate it out right now. They're going up to the red line. They just shot it in there, so no icing. And Carolina's goalie just came out to play. He almost had the puck stolen from him. But Carolina flips the puck into the Flyer zone. Flyers foul to get it out right there, and Carolina gets it in behind the net. Oh, pass just came right out to the center slot right there off the boards. Carolina missed opportunity right there. He didn't get a shot off. I don't know. Flyers guy did, defenseman did have a scramble on the boards right at center ice right here, and it looks like the Flyers are going to come up with it and shoot it across the ice. Flyers taking a shot right there from the blue line. Carolina's goalie comes up big, pad save right there. Flyers shooting it back into the zone because the puck bounced all the way back out past the blue line. And the Flyers, there must be a whistle because everyone's slowing down. It looks like we're about to have a fight, but it doesn't look like they're going to fight. I don't know if we're going to have a penalty coming up. I didn't see anything, so we have to see what's going on unless there was just a stoppage of play. I have no idea. It looks like, let's see. I have no idea. Was that a penalty? I don't even know what happened, to be honest with you. I didn't see anything right there. Let me see. Anything going on over here? I don't see anything that they tripped him up a little bit. I don't know if that's a penalty. I don't think that was. I don't know what that was called, guys. I have no idea why they just stopped the play right there, to be completely honest with you. But it doesn't look like it was a penalty or anything. Did they call it because it was under the guy? But the puck got loose. I'm not sure, but we have a face-off coming out here, and it still looks like it's 5-on-5, so it was nothing. And there you go. They just dumped it in. Carolina just dumped it in, and that should be an icing, yeah. And Carolina's pissed about that icing right there. Their players saying, no way. And like I said, I don't get icing anymore because it seems like they're never really on point with the icings. Earlier, the Flyers player beat the Carolina guy down the ice, and they still called it icing. I didn't understand it. And right there, he just called icing. Number 71 on the Carolinas losing his mind. I don't know what he's yelling about. But that was an icing, and now the referees are meeting up. All 4 referees are having a conversation right here, discussing whatever that was. So we have to find out. Third period, 6:01 left, and let me see. No, that didn't go off his puck. He's saying that he touched the Carolina's guy shot the puck down the ice, and they're saying that he tried to deflect it there, but it didn't look. It looked like it missed his stick right here. Let's see. They're having a close up right there. You still can't tell. I mean, you can't even tell, to be honest with you. I don't know. The referees, I mean, honestly, he was right there. So they could have waved off the icing, to be honest. So they did. They waved it off and put the puck at center ice. So they waved it off there. They could have waved that icing off. I mean, it went right past the guy. He didn't really have to touch it. It practically went through his skates. So they did wave it off center ice. Now Carolina has the puck. They're skating up into the Flyers zone right here, passing it up. Oh, great opportunity. Holy cow. Looks like the Flyers goalie just made a big save. He just dove out of the net to save that one. Now Flyers trying to break up there, but missed the pass up there. Carolina has it back. And, oh, nice move by Carolina to get into the Flyers zone. Nice pass coming around the net. Oh, wow, Carolina. What a big try. And one of the Carolina's players is in the net, and the Flyers goaltender was just punching him. I mean, he was just smashing them. They waved the camera off him, so you couldn't really see it. But, yeah, the Carolina guy was laying on the Flyers goaltender, and the Flyers goaltender was, you could just see him punching at the guy. I have to see that again. I don't think anybody's going to get a penalty, obviously, because there was a play down there, and I guess he got thrown in there. I'm not sure. I don't even know. Maybe there is a penalty. I have no idea. What is he saying? The referee's saying something. I had the volume off, so I don't know what the hell the referee's saying. We'll have to figure this out. Oh, wait. There's penalties coming up here. Hold on. We do have penalties coming up. It looks like Flyers are getting a penalty. I don't even know. Hold on. We got to see what's happening here. All right. So the puck comes in. Goaltender goes down. He makes a save right here. Oh, yeah. Flyers player did push him into him. And then, holy cow, yeah. The Flyers goalie, the guy was laying on the Flyers pads, and the guy was getting hit with a stick and getting punched, and then he got up after a minute. But yeah, it looks like the Flyers may be going on a being shorthanded right here. I think the Carolina may have a power play. I have to see what the actual call was, because they just went to a commercial break. So we'll be back after the Subway commercial, I'm guessing, and some other ones. And how are you, Michael Anthony? What did you say? All you talking stocks. Right now, we're going to do the Flyers game, and then let me know what else you want to see, Michael Anthony, because we can go through that as we have a commercial break right here. We did the entire market, to be completely honest with you, Michael Anthony. We rock and rolled right through it earlier, and then we also were talking about Chef Skinny and Minnie right there, cooking with Skinny and Minnie, and all kinds of stuff. Laptop Travels traveling. Luis Rodriguez had a meeting tonight. He threw up a couple of them that we were looking at. And the market's just kind of an odd market right here. I think we might see some pullback, and we got to see what's going on tomorrow, Michael Anthony. So you let me know what you want to look at, and we can always take a look at it. I know we looked at your Portillos a bunch of times. What was it doing today? I forget. What the heck is the what is it again? I forget. PTLO. I keep forgetting. It was down pretty big today, actually. Look at this thing. That bad boy dipped. When's the earnings? Tomorrow? Cinco de Mayo earnings at Portillo's. We already said that yesterday because they were going to have hot dogs there. And there you go. So we've looked at this company a bunch and even looked at the menu, and they do have a new cheesesteak or something right there. So that new hot and saucy Italian beef, and the game's coming back on. So let's check it out and see what our Flyers live action's up to right here. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure. We got to see. So the Flyers player, let's see, he definitely kind of bumps him into the goalie. So I would say, I mean, I don't know what the hell they call it. It's 4-on-4. So they gave a penalty, I guess, for interference, I'm sure, on the Carolina player. And they probably gave like a cross check, I'm guessing. I'm not exactly sure what the calls are. But we have 4-on-4 hockey right here with 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third period. And we have a tied game, 2-2. So this is an interesting one with 4-on-4. Let's see if somebody can score right here, break this 2-2 tie. Carolina coming down pretty fast. Oh, they had an opportunity. He just missed that pass. He had an open net, too, if they would have connected. Flyers coming back 2-on-2. Oh, he misses the pass and the connection, and the Flyers guy goes down right inside, right at the goalie. The Flyers still had it in their zone, but Carolina now gets possession of it, and he has it behind his net right now, and they're trying to set up right now 4-on-4 hockey right here. Here comes Carolina now out of their zone into the Flyer zone. He's cruising down. Oh, he blocked that shot. One of the defensemen blocked the shot. He kind of stole it from him as he was setting up a one-timer from Carolina, and that puck looked like it got deflected out of play right there, and looks like we're going to have a face-off in the Flyer zone, and that was a nice setup right there for Carolina. Nice one-timer, and let's see, and Michael Anthony said we need to worry about the market, and he said the firing on U.S. Navy ships is why shares are down. We worry about the market, Michael Anthony, but the Flyers game's on right now, and it's a playoff game, third period with 4 minutes left. We may be seeing an overtime here, and if we do, we'll go through some more stocks in the intermission. How about that, Michael Anthony? So we cover everything: cooking, Flyers, NBA. We got to check out that Sixers score as well, and everything else. So how about that, Michael Anthony? This is the end stuff in sports, I guess we could say sometimes. And 2-2 Sixers are getting beat up now by the Knicks, 74-51, and that's at the halftime. Knicks are a really good team, that's for sure. And here comes the Flyers. Oh, he's on a breakaway, and he gets stoned right there. He shoots it. Flyers are not going to be happy about it. Oh, Flyers player, he's getting roughed up right there by like 4 players, and here comes the Flyers in to throw some punches as well. And wow, what a save right there. Flyers on a quick 4-on-4. We're on a 4-on-4, a quick pass out there, got him pretty close. I mean, I would say that was a breakaway, that's for sure. He connected the pass right there. He had 2 guys behind him, but he couldn't really get all the way in. He had to make a quick shot. He went stick side, far side, and honestly, he didn't even go far side. He went like right into his chest and tried to get the rebound. I don't mind that sometimes, all the time, actually. Take a shot on net, particularly low sometimes, hit them pads, and try to get a rebound. And that's sometimes your best bet, is just driving at the net and trying to get them rebounds. And that's so yeah, not a bad play. And again, the Carolina was getting back. So here we go, face off in Carolina zone, 4-on-4 for 38 more seconds. And there's 4:01 left in the third period. It looks like Carolina Stadium is rocking right there. Like I said, I don't have the sound on, but I bet it's pretty loud at that stadium. 32 shots, Carolina, 20 shots for Philadelphia. Here comes the face-off. Referee's dropping the puck, and they're trying to get it. It's back in the corner. And is that going to be an ice? No, they did not call that a tripping. He got caught up. Carolina's guy went down. I thought they might have called that a tripping on the Flyers. Why did he just go out of the zone? I have no idea. Flyers come out of the zone. They had the puck in Carolina's zone. I know they're on a 4-on-4, but they got reset up. They're going back into the zone. Flyers pass it. He better take a shot right there, do something. He tries to get a shot off. He was getting too close to the net where he couldn't get anything off of there. And now Carolina has it, and they're trying to move back in. Quick pass up to the blue line. Now Carolina's trying to regroup right here. Full strength. Guys are out of the penalty box, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Carolina, nice shot. Looks like a waffle board save right there. Blocker save on with Flyers goalie. Flyers coming out of the zone right here, getting in the Carolina zone. It's a 2-on-3. Carolina just goalie just covers the puck with an easy shot on net right there from the Flyers, and that's 33 shots for Carolina, 21 shots for Philadelphia, and 2-2 right here with 3:06 left in your third period, Michael Anthony. So there you go. And Kathy Wood, she's buying all kinds of stuff right now at ARC. That's for sure. She's been buying a ton of stuff. She's going on a buying spree. Here's our face-off in Carolina zone. And let's see who wins the face-off. Philly kind of won the face-off back, but Carolina beat them to the puck and got it into Philadelphia's zone. So that was a kind of a bad draw, I'd say, for the Flyers, but they got the puck back, and now they just got it up to the boards, and now Flyers getting it back in the Carolina zone. It was a little sloppy pass in there at center ice, and then now the Carolina has the puck, and they're going back in, dumping it in to the Flyers zone, and Flyers trying to dump it behind their net. Weak pass right there, and they had to regroup it. Now Flyers skating it out of their zone, past the red line into Carolina zone. They got numbers 3-on-2 right there. It was 3-on-3 as he was getting back, but they couldn't do anything. Missed pass, and Carolina flips it back down into the Flyers zone right here. Number 9, Drysdale, I think that is, has the puck for the Flyers. And here you go, a pass out to center ice, and the Flyers player can't handle that. So we're going back behind the Flyers net right now to regroup. And Carolina's putting on some pressure. Wow, Flyers dude almost just smashed his player in the head with that puck. He tried to shoot it out, almost whacked his player right in the face. Anyway, it got out, and it pucks back at center ice right here, and the Flyers push it back into the Carolina zone. Carolina gets back there to hit it up the boards. Flyers get the puck. They're trying to get their guys back out of the zone to get back on sides. Carolina steals that puck with some authority, and Carolina with a big chance right there, scoring chance with 1:39. He passed that puck across the goal line, and he didn't get a piece of it. It went wide. Flyers regain it, and they're coming out of the zone, and Flyers skating into the Carolina zone. He tries to pass it. It goes off of one of Carolina skates right there. Now Carolina regains it. That's not good. They're skating up there pretty fast around the Flyers net. They're passing the puck around, trying to get set up. Carolina getting set up with 1:15. Take a shot. It looked like it went wide right there. Flyers trying to get it out. Weak shot out. They got to get this puck out, or it's going to be dangerous right here with this last minute happening. Carolina looks like they're on fire. Flyers have the puck. He better just flip it out. He certainly does. They were listening to me. And he flips it out, and that's going to be a hand pass. No, yeah, I was going to say, that has to be a hand pass. Carolina's guy batted it down with his hand, and his player touches it with 56.1 seconds left in the third period with a tie game, 2-2. Wow, what a chance right there. And the Carolina guy goes smashing into the Flyers goalie again. And laying on his legs. Wow, they're getting crazy. They're getting awfully close into the Flyers goalie a lot right there. And then he had to push him off and punch him a couple times, I think. So Flyers goalie's getting some wax in on him. Anyway, 2-2 right here. Let's see where this face-off is. I don't even know where it is. Where is this face-off? It's outside of the Carolina zone right here. And let's see if I drop the puck in. Let me see. No one was really moving, but Carolina got the puck. They pushed it into the Flyers zone right there. Flyers going back to get it. Hitting it up the boards. Now Flyers trying to push it up. They push it all the way down. It's a non-icing right there. Carolina shoots it around the net. Flyers, it comes out to center ice. Flyers dump it back into Carolina zone. 32 seconds left in the third period. Flyers cannot keep it down there. Carolina has it. They're starting to come out the zone. They're getting into the Flyer zone right there. He skates up. He stops, turns around, puts the puck down into the corner. Bounces off the corner. Almost went into front of the net. Flyers get it. Flip it out to the Carolina zone. Flyers have the puck. It's shot right there. It gets blocked out. Flyers have another opportunity right there. Another block shot by Carolina. Puck goes flying out of there, out of the play. And it looks like we have a face-off with 5.5 seconds left in your third period. Tied 2-2 right there, Michael Anthony. Flyers had a pretty good scoring chance right there, actually. They just kept getting the shot blocked. Yeah, great defense by Carolina right there, blocking all them shots. Didn't let them get anything off there. Blocked it with the stick and the skate, passed it off. Another skate save right there by the Panthers defenseman, and the puck goes out of play. Didn't let that puck even get to the net, which is a smart move, because you never know what can happen. It can take a weird bounce and make it in, and it is 5.5 seconds left right here, and they should be having a face-off, I would think, inside Carolina zone. I'll have to see. They could have it outside. 6 seconds, they said. 6.0 seconds on the clock. And let me see. Let's see. Where's the face-off? Let's go. They're all standing around. They want the face-off over there. They're all arguing with each other. They're arguing with the ref. They're trying to figure out where the face-off is. I have no idea. I don't even know where the face-off is either, guys. So, all right. Face-off is to the left of Carolina's goalie. It's in their zone. And 5.5 seconds left. Let's see if the Flyers can get it back and take a shot. Flyers almost win the faceoff. It was just sitting there, and that puck is in the corner, and we're going to overtime, guys. 2-2 overtime gonna be there. End of regulation. Of course, we got some bodies flying into each other and everybody pushing each other in the corner right there. And let's see if we see any Konechny trying to hit somebody, and guys are trying to pull each other and stick their smelly gloves in each other's face right there. So just good old hockey stuff at the end of the period. And we are at end of regulation, so I think they're probably going to do a 20-minute intermission and then come to a 5-on-5 overtime is what they do. They don't do 4-on-4 in the playoffs. They go 5-on-5 and play it like it's another period until somebody scores. No shootout, none of that nonsense. So they will play hockey, and we can continue on here and see what the market looked like, Michael Anthony. And there you go. So people are leaving that don't care about the game. That's all right, Michael Anthony. I said that we were going to be looking at I do this all the time. We do the end of the games on the hockey because we already went through the market. So if you wanted to see what the market's looking like, just go back and look at the replay. But yeah, there's not much to even talk about right here. I'll run a scanner real quick and see if anything pops up. To be completely honest with you, there hasn't been anything real crazy because I think the market could be getting pulled back right here, to be completely honest with you. So I would be waiting. That's the one I wanted to look for right here. Let's see. There's that. Oh, I thought that was that Cliff thing, but CF Industries. Didn't we just see this the other day? And I thought it was that one. TSN. Look at your Tyson Foods right there. AIG not looking too bad. Coinbase was ripping up there. ALL, Allstate not looking bad, and Kroger's not looking too bad. Your KR right there looking pretty good, Michael Anthony. So yeah, not a whole lot, like I said, and that's what's going on in the market. So we did go through the entire market over here. Let's see what's most active, if anything jumps out at us. I know that Data Vault did take a nice little dip right there. We saw it this morning. There's your chance, and this has been way down. Let's see if that gets set up. And let's see if anything else looks good. There's that dev stream. That was dipping down as well. Nokia has been going crazy. Maybe have some pullback finally. And that's SCO right there was dipping down. That's the opposite of the oil going up. Palantir, we'll see what it wants to do. And Sophie right here kind of hanging out. We have to keep an eye on that. BlackBerry right there had run up and then pulled back. That plug right there, not so bad. What about Ford right here? Isn't that Ford Motor? Yes, it is. That was pulling back as well. And let me see Amazon right here. Rivian was pulling back. We know that. Lucid was looking better. Apple was pulling back. Big Bear not looking bad. ONDS. That's all right there. There's your Soxel hitting. That's your semiconductor bull. So be careful. It's hitting some resistance right there. Maybe some of the semiconductors might be coming back down. There's that Blaze Holdings or whatever it's called right there. BZAI, AMC, and a bunch of other ones. IREN, that was looking pretty good today, as a matter of fact, and AMD coming down a little bit. So there you go. And what did you say? Kathy was buying NTLA. Isn't that the one that Laptop Travel's been talking about? Laptop Travel's been talking about this NTLA. I'm pretty sure this is the one, Laptop Travel. That does look pretty decent right there. I'm pretty sure he's been talking about that bad boy. So yeah, ARC. How much? 3.41 million shares across ARC, worth more than 43 million. Holy cow. And they built a position in CoreWeave also as well. CoreWeave is looking good. We were looking at this today earlier, as a matter of fact, and said that had looked good right there. So there you go with that one. And let's see what else is going on. There's some firing on the U.S. Navy ships. I don't even know what's going on in this crazy war, let's put it that way. And it looks like they're going to kick off the Ducks and the who are the Ducks playing? The Golden Knights, right? Or whatever the heck they're called. So yeah, the Golden Knights right there. It looks like they're going to start that game soon, as the other games going into overtime. And then you have your Knicks over your Sixers, 87-60 right there. So Knicks are beating up on them. So there you go. Oil holds gain. Bond yields rise on Iran tensions. Attack strike UAE ships as fighting escalates in the Mideast, as that's what you're talking about, Michael Anthony. Palantir revenue jumps 85% on booming U.S. businesses, and stock futures are a little changed as Wall Street eyes latest developments in Middle East. 5 charts that explain why this Teflon market remains so resilient. So there you go with that. Good old Carter Hart right there getting in goal for them Golden Knights. And there you go. And they're going to be playing the Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks. So they're looking like they're going to be kicking off soon. And then I guess they're going to throw us back to the Flyers game. I'm guessing because that game's got to be in overtime. So yeah, Philadelphia Flyers. So yeah, they just popped on this game for whatever reason. And I guess they're going to let us watch this while the intermission's there. I have no idea unless they're putting the Flyers game on another channel. I guess I'll have to look and see. I have no clue. But they just started this one. Oh, yeah, it says countdown till overtime. 10 minutes. So, all right, 10 minutes till overtime, guys. And we'll do the first overtime. If it goes into a second one, I might have to wrap it up there. But we'll wait 10 minutes. We'll talk about the market, Michael Anthony, for another 10 minutes here, and then we'll cruise and see what the Flyers and Carolina, who's going to win in this overtime game. And then, like I said, in the meantime, Anaheim and your Golden Knights, Vegas are on right now. So let's see if there's anything else going on over here. What the heck is this? SKK, that thing was ripping today. Not sure what was going on there. CNSP, that's a pharmaceutical one. NPN, not familiar with that one. SkyCorp, have no idea. That was running up. JLHL, not even familiar with that one either. There's that Elong Power. This thing's been running around a lot lately, actually. And GBTG or something like that. That's all right there. Let's see what else is going on in our crazy markets. We're looking at these. I don't even know if it's going to matter right here, the unusual volume, to be completely honest. Let me see. Let me see if anything jumps out at me as I scroll through. Nothing really, to be honest. They all look like they're going down. So, yeah, I don't think, like I said, the markets aren't like real crazy right now. And you can tell just off of the scanners, they're not pulling up a whole lot of crazy stuff for us. So that usually is a good indicator that the markets are kind of waiting. Maybe your small caps are actually going to be setting up a little bit better right now, Michael Anthony, because your big caps seem like the money's kind of rotating a little bit. Arc Restaurants, not familiar with that. JUNS, not sure what that is. There's CRVO and a couple other ones. That doesn't look bad. KSCP, not familiar with it. There's didn't I just say this one, guys? That three used. Michael Anthony, check this one out. Remember this one? They make them smoke detectors. Universal Safety Products. That's looking pretty good. AISP right there, not looking so bad as well. And let me see, what else does this thing have? What's BACC? Blue Acquisition, not familiar. NAZ, I have no idea what that is. Oh man. I do know what that is, but not doing it. It's China setup, CING. It's hitting at 20 though. And let's see what else is going on here. LMFA. A bunch of ones just trying to set up. Nothing real crazy. Like I said, I think we're just going to wait 7 minutes to see what this Flyers overtime. Yeah, Michael Anthony, there's not a whole lot in the market to even cover right now. See what crypto's continuing to do right here. Bitcoin's still at 80,000 right there, so it's looking pretty decent. And let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good right there. Like I said, it's going up to that 83, so take it for that, and we'll see what it wants to do after it gets up to that 83 area, but that's what it looks like right there. Your futures are still just kind of hanging out. I mean, they're not really doing anything. Your oil looks like it's down, but it looks really good, I would say. Sugar looks like it's going to continue to run, in cocoa, so keep an eye on them. Orange juice looks like it's going to run up some more too, so there you go with them futures. What else do we want to look at real quick, guys? Some metals right here. Your gold, like I said, not looking great, and silver, none of them really look perfect right there. And let me see what else we can look at. You guys have anything that you want to look at, Sam or anybody else? Let me know. Janica, who else is hanging out here? Let me know. Throw some stock tickers up in the feed, and we'll go through them. Did you guys see what Sezzle was doing today? Holy cow. Or was it Sezzle? No, it was it's Sterling. I'm sorry. Sterling right here. Look at this thing in the after hours. Went up $118, 22%. That thing went crazy right there. I have no idea, but I'm assuming it had some amazing earnings. BQ1 with something plus 120% year over year, and the revenue is at $825.7 million. That's plus 92% year over year. Sharply raises 2026 revenue and EPS guidance. Holy cow. I would say that thing went ripping right there for Sterling. So you guys can keep an eye on that one in the morning. And this circle is looking really good, Luis Rodriguez. We mentioned that last night, and it still looks pretty good right there. So definitely be watching that one as well. And let me see, what else do you guys like? ASPI, this one was looking halfway decent right there for tomorrow. LAES, this one's looking decent for tomorrow as well. Could continue to cruise. Clean Spark right here was looking pretty good. That could continue up. And I did like that QURE, Luis Rodriguez. They do have earnings coming up. Was that tomorrow on Cinco de Mayo? Lots of Cinco de Mayo earnings, that's for sure. A crazy day for earnings there. And Snow, watch this thing. That thing looks like it wants to go up some more. Adobe wasn't looking bad, and neither was Oracle right here. Both of them looking pretty good. Adobe looking really nice right there. And yeah, we'll have to look at NNE right there, that nano nuclear and Oklo, and these ones, SMR was looking pretty decent. We'll look at that in the morning as well. So yeah, that's what the market's doing. We cruised through the entire market probably twice already, to be honest with you. It's not a whole lot of craziness going on. We'll just kind of kill some time, 4 minutes until the Flyers. So I guess I'll have to kill 4 minutes, and then the Flyers will come on, and I'll walk you through the third period. I'll talk it play-by-play if you guys want to hear that. We'll see who's going to win this overtime game, and I'll keep you guys updated. The Golden Knights and the Ducks are on nothing. They just started, and Sixers getting beat up by the Knicks 96-65. They're in the third quarter. Spurs winning over the Timberwolves. They just started 11-8. So there you go with some other sports scores right there. Playoff sports anyway there, Michael Anthony. So yeah, there you go. And like I said, the market not really doing a whole lot. I mean, I can't say that it's real crazy. You know what we can do? The options data and stuff like this. Options map. Let's see. Why isn't there data? Oh, not for this one. That's why. Let's see for the SPY or the Qs or something. Here you go. Look at all this stuff. I have to get we'll have Nader and Mike. Mike's a little busy. We'll have Nader. I'll have to set it up with him. I was going to have him back on this week. I'll set it up and see. But this is a busy week this week just because of when the carnival just came into town. And they didn't really advertise it this year. They usually make a big deal out of it. But like I said, last year there was like all kinds of craziness and a brawl and all that good stuff. And they were smashing all the store windows that are along that road. So they decided this year they're not even going to have it on Friday and Saturday. It's just Monday through Thursday. So we spent the $50 for a wristband so Dougie could go on some rides because they're a fortune too. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go back a couple of nights and get our money's worth, I guess. So, and Dougie wants to go back. It is fun. You see a lot of people in town and all that good stuff. Dougie sees a couple of his buddies and gets to play. So that's always cool. But anyway, so yeah, it'll kind of be, I may be starting the show a little bit late, like 8:05, 8:10, 8:15 this week. Nothing crazy, obviously, just in case we're at the carnival. Tomorrow night we have T-ball. We won't be going there, but I guess Wednesday and Thursday we'll try to make it over there again. So there you go. And yeah, I've been checking out these option maps and stuff like that. They got all kinds of stuff. I just got to get these guys to show me how to work all this stuff again. It's so much information there. But it is a lot of great information. Like, for instance, Nubius right here, you can see it just tells you like the option chains for the 0 DTEs and or whatever they are, 4 days, 11 days. You can see what it's going to be and how much volume and all that good stuff. So it's definitely pretty cool. I have to mess with it a lot more. I've been messing around with this options thing and the options data on here and seeing what's going on. And we always know what's happening now. Let's see. Is there any large OTM puts or anything like that? Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Intuit or INTU, whatever. Is that Intuit? Something. It seems like it has a lot of puts on it, huh? INTU. Yeah, you can go through this and see where the money's at. That's for sure. Intuit, that's what that is. They're putting puts on that thing? I don't know if I'd be doing that right there. I don't know about that one. $400 puts seems a little crazy to me. Coin and Datadog and some of these other ones, huh? That's interesting. I always look at this stuff and just like check it out. And obviously it's not always going to be 100% right because this is what people are doing in the market. But yeah, I do kind of like, what would I just do? What's happening now? It's always fun to see what other things are going on. And here's your SPY and Q sweeps and stuff like that. $1 million unusual options calls. So There you go. Look, your Qs have puts right there. Your SPY has calls for 7. So they're all over the place. That's for sure. And just something interesting to look at. And let's see what else. All insider trades above 5 million. CEO buying a stock. Warren Buffett buys. Let me see upcoming earnings. That's going to be crazy for tomorrow. That's for sure. And let me see government buys, government sells. Pelosi tracker. What's she up to right here? She hasn't been buying much, huh? Look at that. She hasn't bought anything since January 16th when she bought Tempest, Google, and all these guys right there. How about that? And let's see what else is going on. Unusual options. This is what it is right here. Here's all the unusual options. And this is where you can go and look. SMH has some puts right there. SPY and Qs. I do think that they have calls, puts. Looks like Soxel calls right there. Looks like our Flyers game's about to start right here, guys. So let's go back to overtime. See what the Flyers game is going to be. If you guys want to see any stocks, feel free to throw them in here and let me know what you guys want to look at. And we'll check it out on commercials and all that good stuff. But here we go with our overtime. 5-on-5. Here we go. They dropped the puck. It looks like Carolina got the puck off the draw, and they shot the puck into the Flyer zone right here to kick off our overtime 2-2 score. Carolina, Philadelphia, and Philadelphia still in their zone. They're trying to get the puck. They just kicked it around their net. Carolina beat them to the puck, passed it over. They dropped it back to the point man, took a shot. It did go wide right there, and now the Flyers are behind their net fighting for the puck, and there's a little scramble there. Flyers look like they're coming out with it, and they need to dump it out, and he does. He softly dumps it out of the zone, and the Flyers guy just got knocked down trying to go down, and the goaltender just shot it right down the entire length of the ice, and he shot it down, and the Flyers goalie came out to play the puck. So, and he threw it up the boards, and then Carolina fanned on that. The Flyers just shot the puck in. Goalie just gloved it, put it down, and shot it behind the net. And this Carolina's taking it out past the red line. They just shot it into the Flyers zone right there. They're dumping and chasing. And the Carolina did get it. They have it in the corner, passed it back to the point man, and he just took a wrist shot. Little wide, came back to their other winger, took a nice shot, but he missed it, and he had an open net right there if he could have nailed it. And let's see, the Flyers got it out of their zone, and it goes way down. The Carolina goalie comes out. They must have waved off the icing right there. And now Carolina's just sitting behind his net, getting ready to get set up. They're probably changing some of their guys right there. And here we go. They're going to get set up right now, and now he should be taking the puck to pass it. He's still sitting behind his net. Flyers got 2 players sitting there. Carolina's got some guys skating around. They're still just sitting there. And there you go. He finally passes it out. He was sitting there for a while, and now Carolina dumps it into the Flyer zone. Goaltender just stops it for the Flyers, and all the Flyers just fanned on a pass, and there was a turnover. Carolina keeps it in the Flyer zone right there, and let's see if they can do anything. It just got passed back, and it just went out of the zone. Carolina flicks it in, and it is in the Flyer zone right there. It wasn't going to be an icing. Flyers shoot around their net. It comes out, and now it goes all the way back down into Carolina's zone, and they have the puck. Carolina has the puck behind their goaltender, and they're getting set back up here. So it's just kind of going back and forth, and Carolina's still sitting behind his net. He's got a winger sitting right there. He's got a couple guys skating around. The Flyers are sitting right in front of the goalie, and there you go. He finally passes that puck out, and it goes in the center ice. And Carolina dumps it in. It's going into the corner right there. Flyers first one to it in their own corner. And it looks like Carolina somehow came up with the puck. He backhanded it right into the slot. Carolina, big shot right there. Huge save by Flyers goalie. What an opportunity. And that was a great save by the Flyers goalie right there. And they just pounded a shot right in the slot right there. So the puck was in the corner, and somehow the Flyers missed it. And then the Carolina backhander, and then the puck goes right into him. Oh, man, they almost had a perfect shot right there. Passed it over. Carolina, great shot. It was a glove save, and even had the rebound. I couldn't even tell that he got the rebound. And 2 big saves right there for the Flyers goalie. They were huge saves, so coming up big right in the beginning of overtime right there to keep them in overtime. Now there's a face-off in the Flyers zone, and the Flyers did lose that one. Whoa! Oh my goodness, the Panthers big shot on net right there, and it just goes wide. It looked like he deflected. I mean, it just trickled by the net. They should have scored on that one, I think, and ended the game, but they didn't. Now Carolina, the puck went back down to their end, and now it's back into the Flyer zone already, and Carolina has it, and he just passed it back into the point man. He took a nice shot. I don't know if it got deflected. I don't think it ever did see the Flyers goalie. Another point shot right there for Carolina goes wide, and Philadelphia finally gets it out of their zone. But it's been pretty sloppy, and the Carolina just dump it right back in. And let's see, it got caught up at center ice, and it must be an offsides right there because they're stopping. Everybody's just kind of skating around, so it must be offsides, it looks like. And wow, what a chance right there for Carolina. Wow, did they have two chances, and that one deflected. Was that off the Flyers stick? I think that was off the Flyers stick. The Flyers player almost deflected that in the net. Holy cow. So, yes, face off center ice. Flyers win that one back, and there they go, dumping it in the Carolina zone. It's going around the net, and Carolina, they call that an icing. You're supposed to go over the red line before you do that, dude. You can't shoot it behind the red line. That's going to be icing. So the Flyers iced the puck. I don't know why he didn't take skate in like another 6 inches and then shoot the puck in. But anyway, icing or something. I don't know what they just call it dead because they had the face off. I thought they called it icing. I have no idea what he called there. They just had the puck at face off at center ice again. Unless he blew it dead and they just shot the puck down there, I guess, when they had the face off. But anyway, back to the game. Flyers shoot the puck in the Carolina zone. And here it is. Carolina has it, and they have 4 guys back behind their net. Now they're spreading out, and here they go. They're getting moving right there. Carolina runs into a Flyers player. Now they dump it into the Flyers zone. Flyers are dumping it around their net, and the Panthers were up on the boards. He did stop it, but the Flyers get it out. It's a 1-on-2, actually. Flyers trying to do something, but he gets the pucks taken away. Carolina had 2 guys back, and Philly was trying to get down there with one player, and the Philly just steals the puck at center ice and dumps it back in. Now Philadelphia has the puck again behind the Carolina net, and somehow Carolina fights him and gets the puck back, but a bad pass. And Philadelphia had a chance right there, and one too many passes, and he gets the puck stolen. Carolina gave up the puck in their zone. Philadelphia had a good chance, but he passed it and got it stolen. Carolina with a good chance right there. He got the puck taken away from him as he was trying to make his way to the net. And now Carolina just dumps it in to the Flyers zone and went around the net. And Flyers, I don't know, they're just playing kind of sloppy. They're getting the puck out right now. And we'll see. They just dumped it into Carolina zone. They're the first ones in to get it behind the net. And the Flyers guy just passed it up along the boards. A nice hit right there. Some good action. Oh, the puck was right there in front of the Carolina net, but they got it out as well. And let's see, I don't know how that puck just ended up on that side. It got deflected over back in the Carolina zone. He flips it around the boards. It's still in the Carolina zone. Flyers kept it in. Oh, Flyers had the puck. Good shot opportunity. Misses the net right there. Flyers still have it. Oh, another shot towards the net. Couple shots at the net right there by the Flyers, but nothing happening. And the Panthers flip it out to center ice, and the Flyers flick it right back in, and it goes around the net and comes right back out to center ice. And now the Flyers pass it back to the defenseman. Oh, the Flyers some passing right there. Oh, Flyers, big opportunity with some big passing. He had a good shot right there, but he missed the shot. He missed the opportunity. And here we go. Let's see. The Flyers still have it in Carolina zone. They're trying to pass it around right here. Get set up to get a little one-timer action. That's what they were trying to do right there. And they had some good chances. Let's see. Flyers skating around. Dumps the puck towards the net, and it goes wide. And Carolina does not get it out. The Flyers keep it in their zone, and they still have it. Oh, what a chance right there. They had a guy breaking from the slot. He fed it to him right in front of the net, but I don't know if he missed it or if it was a save. You couldn't even tell, but it was a great chance right there for Sanheim. I got to see that replay right there and see where it went wrong. I don't know if the goalie saved it. I think he shot it wide, to be honest with you, but that was a hell of a feed right there. Flyers. Oh, there's a hooking call. Who just got a penalty? I don't even know. Oh, whoa, Carolina in the box for a hooking call. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he hooked them, and that's what was going on there, and I didn't even pick it up. So let me see that replay. It happened so fast. And like I said, Flyers had a great opportunity right there with Sanheim. Yeah, that's what happened. He hooked them. Oh, yeah, he definitely hooked them right there. Yep, he got him. Yeah, that was a great opportunity. I didn't even notice the hook right there. I was just watching him get the feed for the puck. I didn't even pay attention to the hook. He hooked them, though. I still think Sanheim could have gotten that one, but I don't know. It was a good play by the goalie. He got hooked right there. And the Philadelphia Flyers are on a power play. Let's see if they can do something here in overtime. So it's a 5-on-4, and this is a big deal because it's overtime 2-on-2. They're 2-2 right now. And it's 5-on-4. They don't do 4-on-4 in overtime in the playoffs. So here comes the Flyers. They're making their way down in the Carolina zone, and they're trying to get set up right here. They're fighting along the boards. Carolina putting up a struggle. Philadelphia dumps it back down into the corner right there, and these guys, Philly guy, just hit the ice, fell down going for it. But it looks like Philadelphia is still retaining the puck back to the point, passing it back to Konechny. Back to the other point was Drysdale right there. Now Zegras and a one-timer. Oh, what a one-timer. Big save by the Carolina goalie. Drysdale with a big shot again. That one went wide into the corner. Carolina's going to probably dump this one out. They're skating it out and right out past the red line. They dump it down even though they don't have icing because it's on a power play, or they're on a penalty. They're killing a power play. So they can ice it whenever they want. And here comes the Flyers getting set up. And here they go. They're making their way down the ice, past center ice right here into the Carolina zone. And he's carrying it in. A big shot opportunity. He passed it to the slot. He was wide open. The Flyers had a wide open shot in the slot. They're setting it up, passing it around. They don't even get an opportunity right there. Holy cow. He was wide open and took a massive shot. And I don't know what went wrong right there. This game is crazy. It's moving really fast, to be honest with you. And we're still in power play mode right here. The Flyers making their way back into Carolina zone. They kind of got the puck stolen away from them right there, and it got punched down, and the Flyers goalie comes out to play it to the Flyers defenseman. 14 seconds left, about 10 seconds left on the power play right here. Flyers dump it into the zone of Carolina, go down the chase, and we're going to come to the last 3 seconds of the power play, and let's see, Flyers still have it in Carolina zone. Carolina dumps it up the boards and hit the guy coming out of the penalty box, but the Flyers end up with the puck back, it looks like, and he just shot it up the boards. And now the Flyers dump it in across the ice, and the Flyers' first one's into the corner in the Carolina zone, and they're trying to get that puck. They didn't have many chances on that power play right there. They had that one, but that was about it. Oh, Carolina dude just got ran over by one of the Flyers players. He passed the puck out and just got smoked. And now the Flyers are trying to get the puck back down. They're getting a little physical out there, and I like it. They need to play physical play. That's how they win games. And let's see, Carolina has the puck in their own zone. They're passing it back and forth. We have 10:43 left in the first overtime. We'll see if anybody can score here. And the puck's in the Flyers zone. They get the puck, and they're skating it out right now through center ice. And look at that. Flyers just cruising right down, passing it back and forth. Shot towards the net right there. It looks like it got blocked off. And it looks like Carolina's goalie's going to hold on to that one for a face-off. So 10:25 left in overtime with your Flyers in Carolina tied at 2 shots. Flyers coming back on shots. 36 shots to 29, it looks like, Carolina. And what a, holy cow. Oh, wow. You won't even believe. Remember that big shot I said? Well, the Flyers player takes a massive shot from the slot right there. And you know what happened? The Carolina's defenseman puts a stick down, hits the puck. He snaps the guy's stick in half. That's how that stick broke. I saw the stick go flying. Yeah, it was from the shot. And he blocked the shot with his stick, but it broke the stick. And wow, that might have been a goal if he didn't have a stick right there. Yeah, he shattered his stick right in half. All right, Carolina with a pretty good opportunity right there. Carolina has it in Philadelphia zone right here. They just shuffled the puck. It just went down into the corner, and everybody's kind of fighting in front of the net, and Philadelphia coming out with the puck. Oh, Philadelphia just got smoked right there. That was a big shoulder check. by Carolina and put one of the Flyers players on the ground. And let's see now, Carolina dumps it into the Flyers zone. Flyers have it behind their net, and they just dumped it forward. Now they got it out of their zone, and oh, what a hit right there at center ice. Holy cow. Carolina, dude, just went flying. And the Flyers, dude, they're getting really physical out there. Everybody's getting smoked. So you got to keep an eye on, they got to be watching where they're going. If they're crossing the ice, they got to keep their eyes open because people are just getting laid out here. Carolina has the puck in the Flyers zone. They're trying to get set up right here. Puck's around the net. And it looks like it's getting, oh, yeah, they're getting physical. Some good hits out here happening now. Puck's in the Flyers corner right there. Two guys from the Flyers working it. He shoots it around, and Flyers dump it out right there. Let's see. And now the Flyers got the puck in Carolina's zone. Somehow the Carolina gets it away from the Flyers, and they dump it out. But it looks like the Flyers regain possession right here. They dump it deep in Carolina's zone right here, and now Carolina somehow has it, and they're skating up the ice pretty fast. He just dumps it around the net, and it just goes around, and Flyers trying to play it. Carolina back there too, and now the puck goes to the opposite side, and everybody tries to get over there. And I don't know what the Flyers player was doing, but he just didn't get him out. He did not. He missed the play and then just drove the guy down. They did not call a penalty on that. And Carolina has the puck in the Flyers zone. A nice little shooting opportunity. The Flyers, easy, like little lob out there. Carolina gloves it down and puts it back into the Flyers zone. Now the Flyers are trying to get the puck out, and that was a bad clear right there. Carolina keeps the puck in Flyers zone, and let's see, something just happened. They just called a penalty. I think you're going to have a high stick, perhaps. It looks like against the Flyers is what I'm guessing right here. Again, I don't have the sound on, so I didn't even hear a whistle, and I didn't see an arm go up, but I see everybody skating around, and I'm just going to guess that's what's happened, but I don't know exactly. Let me see what happened here. Hold on. Here we go. They're showing a replay right here, and that's a nice shot right there. Oh, that was a nice save by the Flyers goalie on a replay. I don't think that he covered it. Did he? Maybe no, because the puck was loose. So I don't know what happened. Unless something happened with the Flyers. I don't know. I have no idea what just happened, to be honest with you. They just, maybe there's a timeout. I don't even know. It doesn't look like there's any penalties going on right here. Although they do like a change or something with 10 minutes. They got to clear the ice or something. So maybe they had to do that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the Flyers goalie did cover the puck up and I didn't notice. So they are cleaning the ice. That's what they do halfway through the overtime. They come out and clean the ice because it's been obviously the fourth period on it, and it's getting beat up out there. So they come and clean up all the loose ice and stuff. So that's what we're waiting for right now. 8:07 left in overtime. It's still 2-2. And the Flyers in Carolina right now playing a good game, I'd say. Flyers took an early lead, 2-0 lead, like the first 5 minutes, and Carolina battled back and obviously tied it up, and now we're in overtime. So Flyers couldn't score after them first 5 minutes, it looks like, and now we are in overtime, Michael Anthony. So there you go. And let's see when these guys get done clearing this ice so we can get back to our game. Here we go. Let's get the puck dropped right here. Like I said, 8:07 left in overtime. And let's see, Flyers are coming out there, meeting together, figuring out a game plan. And it looks like the referee's ready. Carolina's coming out here too. So let's get fired up here, guys, and see what's going to happen in the rest of this overtime, the rest of this 8 minutes right here. And we're going to a face-off right here. It's not in the zone. It's outside the zone. And it looks like Carolina won it, and they're just going to flick it into the Flyers zone, as a matter of fact. And right onto the goalie. It was a weird little flip pass, I guess you could call it. But it had like just flipped up in the air, came down, went right into the Flyers goalie. He covered it up nice and gently. And now we're going to have a face-off in the Flyers zone. And that's what's going to happen right now with exactly 8 minutes left in overtime. So hopefully we can see somebody score here, because I don't know if I can hang out for another overtime, but I'll definitely be watching it. But maybe in this 8 minutes we'll get a goal. We'll see, because I'll keep on going it for this period, that's for sure. And let's see what's happening. Face-offs won 40-25 Carolina. Holy cow, that'll hurt you too in a game. And Carolina just won another one. Make that 41. Took a quick shot on net. blocker save right there by the Flyers goalie. And now the Flyers got the puck and they're skating behind their net trying to punch it out. They did. They bumped it up the boards. And is that going to be an icing? That's an icing right there. You don't want to do too many of them. So the Flyers just iced the puck. We're coming back down into the Flyer zone for another face-off down here. So that is what we're waiting on right now. So these guys are skating down, and they're just showing the coach of the Carolina Panthers. And let's see these guys get set up right here. And let's see. A face-off. If the Flyers can win a face-off, they're getting smoked. Here we go. And the Flyers do win the face-off. And it goes back. He shoots it around the boards, and they get it out of their zone, but Carolina quickly gets it back and dumps it right back into the Flyer zone, and the Flyers get back there. They dump it back around the net, but it looks like it went back around the other side by Carolina, and now Carolina seems to be having control of it. They're passing around in the Flyer zone right here. They're passing it back and forth to each other behind the net, and there you go. The Flyers coming up. Oh, Flyers player just lost a stick, too. That's always not great player. Not a great thing, I mean, on defense. So one of the players has missing stick. He's going to have to switch with somebody. And now they're trying to beat him. Soft, and the goaltender obviously covers it up for the Flyers because the defenseman lost the stick right there. The stick didn't break. I don't even know what happened. He dropped it. And then he had to continue to play right there. And he was skating around without a stick. So they tried to obviously attack him, which was smart on Carolina. So they went right at him and went right to the net. And Flyers goalie looks like he came up pretty strong right there. So that is what happened. And now another face-off. Big shot from Carolina. It goes a little wide. Carolina has the puck around on the Flyers zone right here. They're trying to get set up. They're back in the corner right there. Carolina dumps it back behind the boards. And if Carolina has it, he skates around. Now he's skating around the net, trying to, he comes through to try to just get a real fast one around the net and do a backhander, but he doesn't get it in. Flyers on a chance. Flyers big shot right there. Big save by Carolina. And let's see if Flyers can do anything. They have the puck, but he shoots it over. It gets blocked down by Carolina. Now Carolina making their way out. They dump the puck in. That will not be an icing. Flyers get down there first and leave the puck for his other player. Now the Flyers are skating it out right here through the red line. And here comes the Flyers. And they're just trying to get set up right here. Here they go. He spun around now back in the Carolina zone. And a flick pass right to the goalie almost. I'll say a shot, but it looked like a pass. And the goalie gloved it down, knocked it down, and played it. And the Flyers still retain the puck in the Carolina zone. They're behind the net. And it looks like someone just lost a stick. Flyers shot right there by the point. Oh, what a shot and a big save. And the Flyers passing some good opportunities right here. Another shot. Looks like that one got blocked down, went wide. Flyers still have the puck, passing it out front, trying to get some shots on. Carolina's goalie comes up big and covers up the puck. And we're going to have another face-off. So some good opportunities right there by the Flyers, and the Carolina goalie coming up strong. So, wow, what a game right here, guys. Overtime is a lot of fun. Let's see this fly. Oh, they passed the puck out. The goaltender knocks it down with a stick. Oh, Flyers had a great opportunity right there. A backhander, goaltender just came up huge, shot it right into him, and he blocked it and obviously covered it up. So there you are. And 5:41 left in this overtime. 40 shots, Carolina, and 33 shots for Philadelphia. And let's see what happens on this face-off. Philadelphia, they're tied up still, and they kind of win it back, but Carolina's guy was back there at the point, and he shoots it out of the zone into the Philadelphia zone, and the Flyers guy gets back there. He shoots it around his net out of the zone. Now Flyers, they pass it over, but there's no one there. Now Carolina's taking it into the Flyers zone right here. He's stick-handling around. He shoots it a little bit wide. Flyers get it. Pass it up the boards right there, get it out of the zone. Now the Flyers are trying to make something of it. Flyers player just takes a spill. Carolina player goes into the zone, tries to get nifty, go through the Flyers' legs with the puck, but it gets knocked out. Now the Flyers have the puck down in Carolina's zone, and they're trying to get set back up. Flyers get a couple passes, but he loses the puck. Now Carolina coming out with some numbers right here. That looks like it's offsides, and it certainly wasn't. What? Yeah, it had to be offside. The guy jumped. Carolina's player jumped and actually jumped over, but he got caught up by the stick, and then he fell down, and he landed in the zone before they got over. I was going to say that had to be offsides. At least it looked like it to me. And so, yeah, it looked like offsides by Carolina. They had a pretty good chance right there, too. I don't know what the heck just went wrong because the guy, like I said, he came in and tried to jump over the puck. I don't know what he was thinking, but now we got a face-off happening outside the Flyers zone, or outside the Flyers zone right here. Outside the blue line, and the Flyers win that one and push it down, but the Panthers Flyers on a breakaway. Oh, he shoots it wide. He does not even get a shot on net. You got to put that on net. Flyers end up with a breakaway right off of that face-off right there, and they still have it in the Carolina zone. That was the chance right there that you got to capitalize. Oh, and Carolina must just had a close one, but Philadelphia knocks the puck away. Now Philadelphia coming back down with a couple numbers right here. Philadelphia look like they're getting a little fired up right here at the end of this overtime, and they're passing the puck around. A little shot down, gets blocked out. Now Carolina coming back down after that block, and they got the puck. Carolina, big shot. Oh, he passes it across. What a save. What a game this overtime is. Carolina keeps it in. The point man passes it over to the winger. He still has the puck on Carolina. He passes it out of the zone right there. Now Carolina shoots it back into the zone, and the Philadelphia Flyers can get set up behind their net because Carolina had to go back because they were offsides, and now Philadelphia gets it out of their zone. A little struggle along the boards right there. It looks like Carolina is trying to fight the puck. It goes up in the air. Now somehow it ends up in Carolina's zone, but he backhands it out of it against the boards. And now he shoots it across the ice to his player. A nice pass crossed ice for the Carolina right there. And then he tries to shoot it up. And the puck goes rolling up the ice out of the Flyers zone. Now the Flyers have it. Big pass across, and he just dumps it into behind the Carolina net right there. And Flyers are back there with a couple Panthers battling for the puck along the boards behind the net. And it looks like the puck gets cleared out all the way down. That could be an icing right there, and it certainly is against Carolina. So they just dumped the puck all the way down. They iced the puck. We're coming down for a face-off in the Carolina zone, and holy cow, that breakaway chance was crazy right there. I'm not gonna lie. Carolina still got the puck taken away from them, and Konechny had a breakaway and a half. And in this play for Carolina, he kind of whiffed on it. Nice pass across, and Carolina kind of whiffed on a good opportunity. Here we go at the face-off in Carolina's zone. Let's see if the Flyers can win it back. And he does win it back. Point man has it right there. Pass back to the other point man. Flyers still trying to keep it in. It goes around the net. No one's able to handle it. And the Panthers, the Hurricanes, kick it out. I keep saying the Panthers for some odd reason, but it looks like it's another icing right there by Carolina. So Flyers coming back down in the Carolina zone for another face-off with 2:51 left in overtime. 2-2 right here in your first overtime. Here comes your face-off. They're getting fired up right away. Ref drops it, and the puck is down. And who has it right here? Carolina had it. I think he just shot it off the ref, and it stayed in the zone. Now they're just fighting for it. It popped up in the air, and it's battle along the boards. The Flyers keep it in the zone, and they put it down behind the Panthers net, and they just Panthers kind of push it along. Flyers still battling for it in the corner right here, and we'll see who comes out with the puck. And it looks like the Panthers, the puck was just getting battled for, and it ended up right at the Panthers goalie, and he covered it up there for another face-off. So another face-off with 2:27 left in this overtime, first overtime, and we'll see if somebody can score to end it. 40-34 for the shots now. Flyers coming back. Carolina still has 40 shots, but Flyers 34 shots. Applying the pressure right here in overtime, I'd say. So let's see if they can apply some more pressure in these last 2:27 and put a goal in to end it, and then we don't have to worry about the second overtime. But here we go. Flyers have the puck. They're behind the net. Oh, a good chance in the slot. Flyers, big shot, big save by the goalie right there. And the Panthers just kick it out up the boards. Flyers get it back in their zone. And I'm sure the Panthers were changing some players right there, and the Flyers get it back into the Panthers zone. And let's see, the Panthers have it behind their net. They're trying to skate it up right here. They're passing it up past the blue line, past the red line. Bad pass. Flyers intercept it and pass it back in. Flyers put it deep into the Carolina zone, and they go into the corner, and a little hit right there, but nothing crazy. And Panthers end up with the puck, and now they're coming back out to the red line. They just push it in to the Flyers zone, and the Flyers goalie comes out to play it and stop it, and they just push it up along the boards right there. Let's see what happens. Back into the corner of the Flyers zone. He hits it around his net, and it goes back out. And they're just kind of battling along the boards right now. Now it just goes back into Carolina's zone. They hit it down there, and Carolina's passing it out. And they're going through their blue line, through the red line. They're getting in the Flyers' territory. He drops a pass right there. And he got really close. And the Panthers just scored. Carolina just scored. The Hurricanes just won the game, guys. That was crazy. They just came in there. There's bodies everywhere on the ground. And I couldn't even see the puck, to be honest with you. And I didn't even see the puck go in the net. I just seen them celebrating. And that's all I saw. That's how crazy it was. You couldn't see anything. The Flyers goalie was down. He's looking at the thing. They're all looking at the replay. I don't think anybody even knows what just happened right there. I have no idea. All I saw was bodies on the ground, and then the Panthers, the Hurricanes. I keep saying the Panthers. Carolina Hurricanes just cheering. That's all I saw. I have no idea. I got to see the replay on this because I have no idea what even happened right there. They're looking at I think they're trying to find out. Was he in the? I have no idea. So Tower Hall, third goal to playoffs, first career playoff overtime goal right there. It is a final. We have to see. I have to see the replay. I have no idea what even happened right there. Carolina's obviously celebrating. They would be up 2-0 right now in the series. And let me see what even happened. They come in. He drops the puck. That's what I said. It takes a shot. They come like all the way into the zone. What? I still can't even tell. The Flyers goalie tries to go down to get the puck. There's a shot. The puck's in the air. Hits the ice right there. The Flyers goalie oh, yeah. Hall gets his stick on it and pushes it and just kind of enough to just get it out of the Flyers goalie's glove and ends up getting it into the net right there. I'd say pretty good play right there for number 71. Is that for Hall for the Carolina? Yeah, that was a nifty play right there, and Carolina ends up winning in overtime. What a good game, though, I must say. Great game right there, everybody. And there you go. Carolina ends up winning in overtime. They now lead the series 2-0. It should be coming back to Philly, and I don't know when the next game is. I'd imagine possibly Wednesday. I'll look and see real quick when the next game is, and I'll let you know what happened. The Golden Knights and Ducks still look like that's 0-0. Sixers got beat by the Knicks, and let me just see when the next game will be. Is it going to be Wednesday? That does not say Wednesday. What's Tuesday? It could be Thursday, actually, right here. Flyers Hurricanes are on Thursday evening, so they will be in Philadelphia, and we'll be watching that game, and the Hurricanes are throwing out some pucks and celebrating with their home team crowd and everything else. So there you go, everybody. Carolina did win the overtime game, so at least I don't have to worry about doing another overtime because I am pretty tired there, and I just talked enough, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little play-by-play for the Flyers. They did lose 3-2 to the Hurricanes, and that was a fun game. And we covered the market, of course, and then we also went through Cooking with Skinny and Minnie. So if you want to check out any of that info, feel free. And like I said, my saute and onions has 99,000 views. Go figure. I had no idea. So. And go make some Alfredo sauce for dinner tomorrow. And there you go, Michael Anthony and Luis Rodriguez deleted, and Janica and Zach and everybody else. Laptop travel, I know you were traveling, and everybody else hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. So there you go. That's the market. That's the Flyers game and everything else going on. We'll be on at 7 a.m. to see exactly what's happening for our pre-market, to go through the market again and see what our opportunities are going to be. We obviously made our checklist, so we'll go through that tomorrow in the morning. So thanks again for tuning in. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and be sure to like the show, follow along, and tune back in at 7 a.m. because we'll be doing our pre-market show that we always do Monday through Friday, and we do this show Sunday through Thursdays at 8 p.m. unless I'm at the carnival and I have to start a couple minutes late. But there you go. And that was a fun show. And I wish the Flyers had done better in the overtime, but what are you going to do? Carolina is up 2-0 in that series, and we'll see how it goes as they come back to Philadelphia. So there you are, Michael Anthony. I hope you liked the little play-by-play for the Flyers game in hockey, and we'll do it again on Thursday, I guess. And so you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you at 7 a.m.